I'm getting it together. Hey there, besties. Good morning, good morning. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, right? Shout out to White People Wednesday, but dang, what we talking about? Sorry. White people, you get a break today. At least for right now. We'll see what happens later, because the colored community is having a time. Child, the colored community is having a time. And child, we gonna have to talk about it. So happy midday morning. Listen, morning is 10:36. Yes, I'm here. I'm off with my new hat. Shout out to Blade for purchasing this hat for me. So it's really big. Hold on. It's really big. It's like a bucket on my head or something. It actually could be tightened even more, but it's cute. It's nothing, special about it, honestly. The Trump hat had more pizzazz when it came. This one was just in the box, so there was nothing to unveil. But I think ABL wears a 1776 hat. So anyway, I like it. Add another hat to the collection, and I'll wear it. Thank you again to Switchblade. Why are they texting me from work? Why are they texting me? Don't text me. I'm off. Leave me alone. Everybody got it under control. We don't need all this. Leave me alone. Texting me. Child, leave me alone. Anyway. Anyway, we gotta talk. So I'm still seeing some things around these YouTube streets. And you know that the mass in Shreveport, I call them the Shreveport 8. Rest in peace to those babies. And then there's still people talking about that, trying to figure that out, because I feel like there's still some ambiguity with that relationship or those relationships over there. Then there's what else is it? Ashley Janae, of course. Then there's it started out with Ashley Janae. Then it was, I think, Justin Fairfax. Then it was, who came after Justin? Somebody. Then it was the Shreveport 8. And actually, if you can believe it, there's another one, which I'm about to show you, with another it's called Intimate Partner Violence, IPV, something like that. Some new acronym, child. And we be leering around here. And so now, the people that I see out here, is still to go back and forth with the blame black women, blame black men, blame black women, blame black men, right? I actually saw, again, more mental health when it comes to that dude in Shreveport. And I'm like, y'all just want to use any old thing to make any old excuse for any old thing. And these are you sassy straights that are saying it. These are you sassy straights that are saying it. Maybe not y'all, but it's definitely sassy straights. I'm just like, so we just gonna make an excuse, huh? Then go into this big old talking about how more black women delete more men. Then the women are out here talking about more black men delete us. So let me rephrase. So y'all in competition on who deletes who the most now. That's what y'all doing? So instead of addressing the issue, again, shout out to Dennis Sperlin, who at least came through and was like, we got to have a conversation, whether you're sassy straights like it or not. And in his comment section, there are some people that don't appreciate it, don't like it, didn't like it, and had some negative things to say, which, of course, one would expect that. But I'm like, so we are just going to just act like you can't sit here and complain about what one person does when you turn around and you do the same thing that said other person does. How does that solve or resolve anything? It don't. It keeps the shit going on and on and on. And RBN could be right. I think he is right. There is no more community. The community's cooked because no one is willing to give. Because if one of you sassy straights gives, that means you giving into the black women and what used to happen back in the day, and I ain't no simp. These bitches is going to be like, oh my God, that's a patriarchy and misogyny, and how could a black woman, and we can't. after listening to Jamel last night, or Sloth, Gel, Jammy, whatever we're going to call her, to make that whole thing about Justin Fairfax, to turn around and make it about femicide. Now it's this whole conversation. Now it's all this black femicide, this black femicide. So what y'all gonna do? So the question is, what y'all gonna do? Just get up on this internet and talk about it, which gives me content. So do your thing. So y'all just gonna sit up on this internet and talk about it. That's it. So you got the women blaming the men. You got the men saying, but black women delete people too. It's the same thing, but white people do it too. And it's always a comparison to white people. White people probably like, child, keep my name out your effing mouth. I ain't got nothing to do with this. The white people somewhere, saying, child, keep my name out your effing mouth. If there's a problem, there's been a problem. There is a problem and there's been a problem. And you know who ain't trying to talk about it or do nothing about it? Your black leaders that y'all be following. Yup, I'm going to continue to bring them up every single time. Because this is the shit that they should be worried about. This is the shit that they should be talking about. This is the shit that they should be addressing. This is the shit that should be coming up on their radar when they up there in the White House. Party with your Biden and Cam and Obama and Jabba and everybody else that they be in there partying about and with and for. You saw, we read that yesterday with regard to what Rowley originally put up there. That wasn't about nobody but him. That wasn't about nobody but him. And it's going to continue to be about him because y'all going to continue to follow him regardless of what's what, regardless of the fact that you don't get anything. They keep getting paid, getting richer, and y'all still be sitting up here talking about, but black men do it, but white women, but black women do it, but black men do it, but black women do it. Looking foolish AF. I'm sorry. And no, I'm not. Fuck that. I'm not sorry. You ninjas looking just as crazy as the biatches that you complain about do. Child, just leave each other alone completely. How about that? Problem solved. Problem solved. I think that's the best solution. Then you ain't got to worry about it, right? Everybody know this. Everybody know that. Everybody know this. Everybody know that. And everybody looking crazy. Nobody want to actually start at the beginning, which is with them damn gremlins, those kids, before they become gremlins. Nobody wants to address any of that. Let me turn this off. Hold on, y'all. I had to go onto my job site. Let me turn it off because I don't need to be there. And I don't want to hear that damn noise all day. Anyway, so let's just continue to say that it's everybody else's fault and they do this to us and y'all still gonna F with each other. So I don't even understand the point. Y'all still gonna be around here effing with each other and then complaining about it, child. But it's interesting. It's definitely interesting because y'all all crazy. Y'all all crazy. Mental health. It's 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 mental health. Is that what it is? And yet don't nobody want to go to therapy. And everybody thinks that they're the best, that they don't need therapy. Go tell a black woman she need to go to therapy. How that gonna work? How that gonna work? Shout out to those that were in Hassan Campbell's chat that day. Let me turn this on. Sorry, RBN. I see you. Let me turn this on. I was in Hassan Campbell's chat. Shout out to all those gentlemen and women that acknowledge the fact that they've had some unthinkable things happen to them when they were children because nobody was watching them, nobody was protecting them. And you know how the colored community likes to keep the low mester close, like to keep the low mester around, and don't think that there's a problem with that. My bad. Come on, shit. This is, oh my God. What the fuck? Damn. Anyway. Thank you, boo. He said, I just submitted an application to the new black leader. Lord knows I need a job waiting on Biden to call me for an interview. You think he know I didn't vote for him? He don't know if he voted for him. What you talking about? He definitely don't know what you did. He don't even know he didn't vote for him. Joe probably had to go in there behind him. Now, Joe, this is what you got to push. Allegedly. Nah, he wasn't that bad when he ran. Good luck to Joe Biden because he's going through some things. But anyway, let me show you some things because there's a update on well, not an update, but I have a couple of people talking about the Shreveport 8 from different perspectives. So I wanted to talk about that or go over that video. And then the Heifers is heffing on TikTok. So then we can go over there because some are saying, oh, the best thing that you can do is have a soft life with a white man. And then there's others that were like, oh, you got to stay away from the white man. And in my mind, I'm like, well, how about you just vet people? I know that's crazy talk. And it kind of doesn't matter what the race is. Everybody want to work on, oh, it's because of the color. It's because of the color. Not dummy. It's because you finding a dummy. But maybe they could go and talk to Gail King about it. Hold on a second. Shout out to RLV. Put this post up this morning. In case y'all didn't know, gentlemen, sassy straights, you have an opportunity here. Gail King, 71, says she is still looking for her great love story as she keeps hope alive of one day getting married. Keep hope alive, child. Keep hope alive, child. Shout out to Gail. She ready. She ready. Like Tiffany Haddish says. Gail King, you're not interested. Girl, why are you up here lying? Just out here saying shit. 71. 71. Now listen. Who thinks that Gail is going to be getting married now at 71? How Luther Vandross got release of music? Child, what? Sorry, that just came through on my phone. Luther Vandross just released music. Shout out to Luther. Big Boy said he'll marry her for the money. All right, well, that's an option. That's an option. You got to be her great love. She need her great love story. And she keeps hope alive, child. She keeping hope alive of one day getting married. I want to get married. I cannot. Oh my God, this is too freaking funny. But yeah, so shout out to RLV. She says, this is what feminism and prioritizing career, status, and shiny things over family, marriage, and legacy looks like. Shout out to all the Gail Kings. All the Gail Kings that's now over here, 71, waiting for that one love, for the greatest love of all. Shout out to Whitney. Rest in peace to Whitney. Looking for the greatest love of all. I get it. This is crazy, though. She might get it, though, y'all. She just might get it. It might be Big Boy. He might be able to get in contact with her. She only in New York, child. Gone. Gone. Get her. Get her. I can't take it. Oh, my God. Shout out to Reaper. Thank you, boo. Gail Tyler. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, sir. Y'all need to straighten up today because y'all were off the hook yesterday, okay? Y'all need to straighten up and use your allegedlys, please. Use your allegedlys. All right. Anyway, let's go on over to this. What is going on with the screen? This news story of children and their mother are SHOT'd in Richmond home. Search for suspect is underway, and this is from last night.
And that breaking news is out of Richmond, where police continue to search for the person they say shot 3 people, killing one of them. Welcome to the news at 6. I'm Julie Bragg. Even though police believe this was a domestic situation, our Joy Foltz tells us why they say the public is still continuing to be at risk.
We saw the police cars this morning.
Late Tuesday morning, neighbors in the 3100 block of 5th Avenue in Richmond stepped outside to see police cars and crime scene tapes surrounding a house where police say 3 people were shot.
Definitely shocking to hear about it. This had all happened.
The tragic incident leaving 1 man dead and both a woman and child in critical condition. A statement from Richmond Public Schools confirming the 18...
Wait, is it 1 man dead? Hold on.
3100 block of 5th Avenue in Richmond stepped outside to see police cars and crime scene tapes surrounding a house where police say 3 people were shot.
Definitely shocking to hear about it. This had all happened.
The tragic incident leaving 1 man dead and both a woman and child in critical condition. A statement from Richmond.
1 man dead, a woman and child in critical condition. So it's probably allegedly her boyfriend or new husband, allegedly.
Public schools confirming the 18-year-old that died was a John Marshall student, and the others that were
Oh shit, I guess it was a kid. What the hell?
hurt were part of the Henderson Middle School and Overby Shepherd Elementary School families.
First individual, age 18, was pronounced deceased on scene. We have a 14-year-old female with what are considered life-threatening gunshot wounds at this time, taken to a local hospital, as well as a 38-year-old female with life-threatening gunshot wounds, also taken to a local hospital.
Oh, okay. So the mama must be the 38-year-old, and the two kids is 18 and 14. So the 18-year-old is deceased as an adult because he's 18. Wow. So this is how the colored community is choosing to solve their relationship problems. Like, is this a thing now? Like every day, every week, we're gonna continue to hear this dumb shit? Not dumb because we shouldn't be paying attention to it, but dumb as in this is the best way to resolve and problem solve when somebody decides that they don't want to be with you no more. I thought nobody cared. I thought nobody wanted to be with nobody any daggone way. I thought everybody was free. I thought everybody could do what they want. I thought everybody got unlimited options so they can end up like Gail. Child, I really don't care about you anyway. I really don't care about you anyway. Oh, so much so that you're going to be taking people on up out of here, let alone these kids yet again.
Hospital.
I'm heartbroken. I was definitely crying this morning. 14-year-old girl being shot and an 18-year-old boy's end of life. He didn't get to live the rest of his life.
The man suspected of shooting them, 41-year-old Levy Nelson, who police say left the scene and is still on the run.
We have warrants for the...
So why do these people run if they're mentally imbalanced? It's mental health, but they seem to know how to do the job and they seem to know how to get out of Dodge, but they got mental health problems? I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I call bullshit. Because you're going to go and you know where to go. You know who to find. You know where to find. Sounds calculated if you ask me. Just like with Shreveport 8, he went to the girlfriend's house first, then brought them kids. It seems like, I'm not really well versed. I'm not really sure, but it seems like he brought them over in order to take them out. That girlfriend mama, this mama, that sister, that extra kid, and then ran away jacked. But he had mental health? Because when I see the people that have mental health in New York on the streets, child, they ain't gonna be doing nothing like that, child. I don't even know if they know how to eat, to be perfectly honest. Those people on the streets of New York have mental health issues. They just laying around, they just making all these noises, I can't even describe it. I can't even cross the street because it's New York, but I cautiously have to go by them. And I ain't been in New York in a while. Those are people with mental health issues and probably DRUG issues, if not alcoholism as well. If you're getting up every day and you can have conversation, you can call people up, you can go talk. I'm not saying you might not have no issues, but please stop with this mental health. When you say mental health, it means you really cannot maneuver for the most part on a daily basis. If you can wake up every day and you can fix yourself something to eat, maybe you got issues like we all do. Maybe you got problems. Maybe you got things that you need to resolve and solve. That's not mental health. See, this is the problem. Like everybody want to blanket everything together. No. He knew what he was doing. Just like this nigga knew where he needed to go, where everybody was. That ain't mental health. That's calculated, like somebody, God of the seas. That's calculated. That's not mental health. I don't care what nobody say.
Perpetrator in this case, and we need the public's help. Through the use of our technology, through license plate recognition, we've been able to identify the vehicle used in the getaway of this crime. 2006 Ford F-150, gray in color. It's a pickup truck with a toolbox in the back.
Police added that Nelson and the 38-year-old woman who was shot had a romantic relationship and shared kids together.
There were no prior...
Of course they did. So now we got another set of another family or alleged family where some ninja can't control himself. And so now his kids got to be one taken on up out of here, the other one traumatized, and now the mother traumatized. You know who's gonna have some mental health problems? The mother of the Shreveport 8, or the mothers, my bad. The mothers, because the one had 5 and the other one had 3, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. I forget the number, but the one woman didn't have all 8. as we originally thought.
911 calls for this address. That doesn't mean that there wasn't previous domestic violence. So we're asking people, if you know someone in your family or someone you love that has experienced domestic violence, they need to get help. They need to start by involving police departments, but there's so many other social services that can participate so we can avoid tragedies like this in the future.
Mayor Avula also...
He sounded like he tired of it too. And like I said, as opposed to what Jamie said, the first time somebody slaps you up or knocks you between the washer and the dryer, you leave then. You don't wait until 10 years later. You don't wait until after you all encompass together and it's going to be financially impossible for you to do it. You leave immediately. That's what your moms should have been telling ya. You don't wait around. You don't sit there and continue to allow it to happen. One and done. You know who you're dealing with in that situation from the gate. The first time somebody slaps you up, you know who you're dealing with. You know who you're dealing with. The one person that hit me, I was not even involved with. No man has ever hit me. What are we talking about right now? Oh, they get into these situations. Yeah, and stay. We're supposed to be understanding. Got you. Leave the first damn time. These people is feeding you, but not the police officer, but these people are feeding y'all some bullshit and y'all willingly listening to her. That biatch have a nerve to say, oh my God, you don't know what they go through. No, I don't. You know why I don't know? Because I'm not going to stay there and let nobody hit me. My parents did not bear me to be on this earth to be slapped up by nobody. That's what y'all need parents for. That's what your parents should be teaching y'all. But your parents don't give a shit, as we saw with that other video yesterday. But y'all, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Addressing the horrific incident in a statement that reads in part, Richmond Police Chief Rick Edwards and his team are fully engaged, and we expect more information soon. Right now, I ask our community to keep the victims in your prayers.
Again, police say the suspect is driving a gray truck with a license plate THV5063. So if you see him or his vehicle, you're asked to not approach, but call 911.
No.
CBS 6 News, I'm Joy.
I promise you, I ain't gonna see him, but I'm not approaching him anyway. That's the other thing. I know my place, child. Call me a scaredy cat. I don't give a fuck. I'm not approaching you ever, never. All right. But again, with this, is this a thing now? I feel like for 2 weeks we keep waking up to this dumb shit over and over and over again. Copycat. So this is how we problem solve and resolve. And I ain't trying to hear you go ahead and say some shit. Let me catch it in the comments or in the comments on the video once this is posted up. I don't even know if they were married, but these dumbass comments, oh, they could have been, she probably wanted child support and she probably wanted a divorce. So she probably talked to him crazy. And like the dumb things that I hear people saying, it amazes me. And these are supposed to be some intelligent people saying some dumbass shit. I don't think he should have done it, but fuck you. So, child, Lord forgive me. Let me calm down. It's too early on a Wednesday. Let me go to, I'm gonna go to talk about the Shreveport. Yeah, Shreveport 8. I'm gonna go to Tatum first. I don't even listen to him like that, but I wanted to hear a different perspective. He said media narrative collapses after details in Louisiana incident happened. This was a day ago.
It has nothing to do with the NRA. The guy was a convicted felon anyway, should have never had a gun. But wake up, Gavin. Criminals don't follow the law. Duh.
His name is Shamar Elkins. Authorities are calling this a result of domestic violence. The shooting happened at 6 this morning. The victims range in age from 1 to 14 years old.
We've more than doubled our homicides in the city of Shreveport because of one act of domestic violence. We as a community, black, white, Republican, Democrat, need to stand together and fight for what is right. This is nothing but pure evil.
All right, let's be honest. The cost of living isn't just high, it's exhausting. If you've been out what you could save, there are no upfront fees, which was absolutely horrific. Gavin Newsom put his foot in his mouth and his behind at the same time when he came out and made a statement online to say that this was NRA's issue. These people are so silly and they don't understand what mass shooting means because they've already conditioned the brain to think of every mass shooting as a school shooting. A mass shooting is just 3 or more people getting shot at the same time. That's what a mass shooting is. And so every time in the hood, every day there's a mass shooting. But they don't talk about that because it's not sexy enough.
Well, they did change that. And I think he's right about if 3 people are shot, it's now considered a mass shooting, whereas before that's not what it was. I learned that when they had that one in South Street on Philly, right? in Philly a couple of years ago. But if Gavin Newsom said that and y'all want him to be president, child, please leave. Please leave. This is not for you. First of all, I would never vote for Gavin Newsom, but I know that's who them Democrats want to be the Democratic nominee. They can believe Cam all they want to. I'm telling you, they want Gavin. He done already effed up California, but child, whatever. Two, I love when they always want to bring the NRA into ish. Like, do people really believe, for the most part, do people really believe somebody says, you know what? I'm going to go through everything I need to go through in order to get a weapon. And you do need to go through some things. Is it the most difficult thing in the world? It is not. But it's not just, I think I'll go buy a gun today. Okay. So you go through what you go through. And then they're like, and now that I've done this, I'm going to go and do a mass. Is that what they really think? That's how this goes? So y'all really think that criminals, because if the dude was a felony, I don't know, meaning the perpetrator of Shreveport 8, I don't know if he's a felon. But if he was, you how you think he got that weapon? You think the NRA said, you know what, sir? Thanks for going through all that you have to go through in the background check and everything, but it looks like you're a felon, but we're going to give you a weapon anyway. Please stop this. Please stop this. So no one steals. So everyone just forgets that stealing is a thing, right? So no one steals anymore, right? There's no such thing as that. So people only do the right things the right way, as we have seen over 5 years almost. That's why we have, I don't know how we can do crime is down. We could do crime is down day. We could do crime is down day. But Gavin Newsom thinks that someone took the time specifically to go and obtain a weapon the legal way in order to turn around and do all this. All right, y'all. Whatever you say. Nicole, breaking news. Criminals are criminals because they break the law. According to Jazzy, though, if you don't think you're a criminal, then you're not a criminal. Okay? I'm just saying.
But when you're dumb and you're supposed to be the governor of an incredible state and you're too stupid to take the time and listen to what happened in this situation, this has nothing to do with the NRA. The guy was a convicted felon anyway, should have never had a gun. But wake up, Gavin. Criminals don't follow the law. Duh. So now that we got that out the way, let's get to the brass tacks of what really happened. This was a domestic violence situation where a father decided to kill all of his own children. Roll the clip.
Police say Shamar Elkins killed 8 children, including 7 of his own, in an execution-style shooting in Shreveport, Louisiana, early Sunday morning.
He returned here. He began to execute children.
The incident started as a domestic dispute around 5 in the morning. According to police, Elkins shot a woman in the face at one house, then went to the house where his children were and shot another woman.
So that's mental instability. So you went to your girlfriend's house. And again, we don't even know. Remember, there's allegedly somebody who's pregnant. Excuse me. So we don't even know if she's pregnant. So he went there and said, you know what? Boom. And then took them kids, allegedly. I'm assuming they were there. Assuming. I don't know. But then went on over here to this one. It pretty much sounded like he knew what he was doing.
Early Sunday morning.
He returned here. He began to execute children.
The incident started as a domestic dispute around 5 in the morning. According to police, Elkins shot a woman in the face at one house, then went to the house where his children were and shot another woman. Police say he pursued the children, even as some of them tried to escape.
Were they crawling out?
Imagine chasing your children. Imagine chasing your children just to...
And shot another woman. Police say he pursued the children, even as some of them tried to escape.
Were they crawling out of windows to get onto a roof? Yeah, so actually this house right here that you see behind us, there's a window right above the garage. They actually climbed out of that window, we believe. And unfortunately, one of the children was actually located deceased on the roof. So we are working to determine, we do believe that he shot the child while the child was on the roof trying to get away.
Police say the shooter then stole a vehicle from a driver at gunpoint and led officers on a multi-parish chase. When he stopped in a neighborhood and got out with a gun, officers shot and killed him.
Now, the story that...
Now, obviously... You know, the oppressor is not allowed to shoot a man, let alone a black man. Protesters, they bet not. Black Lives Matter, y'all awfully quiet. Nothing to say, nothing. You're not going to come out and support this family. You're not going to come out and give anything to this family. Really, it's just the mamas at this point. Nothing. Pay for the medical bills that they weren't anticipating? None of that? Okay.
I take from this, one, of a very sad story. Put that picture up there. of a story of a mentally ill lunatic, and you can just look at him in this picture and the other pictures. He's clearly out of his mind. He was out of his mind.
Yeah, no, you're assuming there. He ain't out of his mind. Damn that.
When he was bumping and grinding and pumping and sweating with either one woman or all these different women. And I'm not trying to be punitive towards these people, but man, you should be paying attention to who you're having kids with. This guy is crazy. He looks crazy. It's like...
No. Don't give me that he look crazy stuff, Chad. Don't give me that he look crazy type stuff. So the woman that he married, the mother of 5, if I'm not mistaken, they was together for 10 years. And listen, to each their own. I'm not going to be with nobody for 10 years pumping out babies. That's just me. I'm not going to be doing it. He was sane enough to be in the military, y'all. Lest we not forget that part. Now, listen, you can definitely have some issues when you come out of the military. All right, I know enough military people. You can definitely have some issues, right? Address that shit. You got to address that shit. But it's not, again, of the capacity of, like, again, the people that I see that should technically be in insane asylums. Bring back insane asylums. Could be in mental facilities, right? We don't know that because we don't know that. Just like Tatum can't say that he looks crazy. Because, child, there'd be plenty of y'all looking on the crazy list. And if they start talking about what people do based off of what they look like and start putting them in insane asylums, child, do them people with the colored hair, purple, red, orange, and a nose ring here. Yeah, take them too. He was on some time that he knew what the hell he was doing. So he knew to chase the kids. He knew to go to the baby mama girlfriend house. He knew to come over to the next house. And then he knew to go, as soon as he took out a weapon for the police, he knew that was going to end up as. Can't tell me nothing different on that. But let's start going by whether somebody look crazy. Child, I can't talk to most of y'all. I'm just playing.
He reminds me of people that I know. One person in particular in my family that was crazy and doing the rest of his life in prison because he's crazy. He tried to kill a guy at a grocery store, armed robbery, and he ended up getting life in prison. And he did.
Oh, good. He's where he belongs. But let's not forget that a lot of the colored community wants to change and has changed a lot of these laws to allow criminals to be out and to stay out because it's racist. So now they're in these neighborhoods out on bail. How you gonna be charged for capital red rum and then you out on bail, Chad? How? Yeah, that's the new excuse. He was looking crazy. I'm sure he wasn't looking crazy in a bad way when he was making these kids. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm sure he clearly was sane enough to be in the military. He's in for 10 years or so, if I'm not mistaken, 8 years maybe, something like that. So please stop this. He looking crazy. He looking like Rico Suave. He actually taking this picture like, you want some of this? That's what it looked like to me.
Other stuff that nobody would ever know, and it'll go to the grave, but it involved killing other people. And this guy's crazy. A story of a horrific situation where he put all these babies in a position to be executed by a lunatic that they knew was a lunatic. And he got what he was coming to him at the end of it.
So here's another man victim blaming. Victim blaming sounds like to me. Oh, well, you had these kids with him. You should have known. Child, please.
His life. But also, this is another story that I hear of heroism and the heroic nature of police in this country. These men and women go out every day and put their lives on the line to confront evil like this person. And
okay, so it's a PSA for the oppressor. Got it.
You guys see an example of, and nothing against this lady, I understand her feeling. This is a city council member. Look at her emotional response, and I want you to consider in your mind that she did not go to the scene and saw deceased kids. She didn't see them deceased.
I don't need to see them. I don't want to see them. I don't need to see them to know what the horror is. I can imagine they just said that they found one on the roof. He was chasing them down and going after his own damn kids in order to delete.
She didn't have to pick the bodies up and put them in body bags. She don't have that trauma of having to shoot the guy who did this and having to put him in a body bag. And look at her emotional response. Roll the clip.
There are 8 children that are deceased. I can't be strong for you. I think about the mother and what this family has lost. I think about this community and what this community has lost. And I don't have the words to give you, and I'm sorry. I don't know what people think in the crevices of their mind to want to harm another human being, let alone that of children who have their whole life ahead of them. From what I've learned about this incident is that it's domestic in nature that makes it even more horrific for all the fighting that we do as it relates to this. And maybe you can stand strong with this, but I can't without shedding tears of traumatic pain. I pain and I grieve for this family. I grieve for the lives that are lost, and I'm asking you to please utilize every resource that the sheriff has brought forth now when you know that these situations occur. We cannot be and make this a joke. This is not a freaking joke. This is real, and this is the result when someone snaps. So I'm gonna ask the community, along with prayer, with every mental health consultant, counselor that is out here, this family and this community needs you. I need you, because how do we get through this?
All right, I feel her pain in part. I've never experienced anything this horrific personally.
We are experiencing it by watching it. Hold on a second. I can't see. Don't mind me. I cannot see. But Eno Zelgier says, no, Messy, he said he got what he deserved at the end. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he would say that, but this is definitely a commercial for the oppressor. He doesn't think the woman he doesn't think the women are victims. He said basically, you say, why would she get with someone like this? And he got what he deserved. Well, listen, I thank you for the comment, and I'm not coming for you. I'm not coming for you. But I am not the same person I was when I was 19. I am not the same person I was when I was 19. Personality-wise, probably. But what I think is important, what I think is what I have to be responsible for, what my responsibilities are, what I'm trying to do with life, completely different. What I viewed politically when I was 19 and what I do look at now, completely different. People are going to change, right? Hopefully. But I can't blame anybody in this case but that damn man. Now, the military part of it is the military part of it. And I have plenty of people that I know from the military. I told you my dad, there are things that he cannot share with me, probably because he's not allowed to. And then there's things that he's not going to share with me because he doesn't want me to be traumatized. Okay. I don't even know what this dude went to a war, honestly. Okay. People now think that it's traumatic to go to work. People now think that it is traumatic to work an 8-hour shift, the lazy bunch. People think that everything is traumatic because people just using words any old way to make themselves feel better and to be the victims that they like to be. I don't care. And again, I'm not coming for you. I'm just speaking in general now. I don't care if this woman wanted a divorce. I don't care if he had to pay child support. I don't care that the girlfriend came over and banged on the door and said, give me my man. I don't care about none of that. My stance continues and always has been, stop taking people on the hell up out of here. And if it's time for a relationship to end, then let that shit end. That's it. That's it. This notion of everybody got to stay married forever. Again, I think that's bullshit. I've always thought that was bullshit, but I'll let y'all rock with that. But now with these situations that are happening and people saying, they should have been together, people should stay together. Why? If they don't want to be together, why do they need to stay together? Again, it's something different if you did something stupid and you get over here on TikTok and you start saying, oh, I should have never left. We talk about those dummies, okay? But for people, the most part that don't get on the internet running off at the mouth, because I'm sure there's many people who are not running off at the mouth on the internet and said that this is over. It has run its course. We've done what we needed to do. Or if there is even something wrong and they divorce. So what? So what? This is, you can't pick and choose. This is not the time of yesteryear. When I do agree, when people had to stay together, people don't have to stay together. They don't. And it don't have to always be a hateful ending when it's over. It doesn't always have to be that. And guess what? If you got a harder life once you've divorced, then you got a harder life. That's a you problem. You think you already know I ain't got no sympathy for damn Tia Mowry. I ain't got no sympathy for that girl. Getting up here after all that graduation and shit. She was talking foolish. That was a totally foolish situation. She needed to be divorced from that man. She did. But it's just the way that she did it is crazy AF. I'm graduating, bitch. Shut the fuck up. 1, we don't care. 2, that sounds dumb. And 3, those words came back to haunt you because you got to get up on this internet and run off at the mouth and tell the whole world your dumbass business that makes no sense whatsoever. Corey ain't say nothing. Corey ain't come out here and say nothing. If these biatches come out here trying to get some attention or whatever and try and get some empathy and sympathy, yeah, we're going to talk about them 10 times a day and they foolishness. But for a situation like this that we ain't know nothing, I don't care that she wanted to get a divorce. I don't care. One report said that he wanted to get the divorce. He out here talking about, I wish I had these babies by somebody else. And what kind of mess is that? Y'all keep this shit to yourself and figure it the F out. These people know how to come to the internet and start talking their business. They know how to go over here to have an affair. They know how to go over here to have babies with another person. But now this is all about mental health. Child, miss me with all that bullshit. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it. Thank you, God of the Seas. He sent me a Cash App and said, marriage is slavery for freedom coffee. Not freedom coffee, money for freedom coffee. Marriage is slavery. Yeah, listening to Leslie Jones, a person that ain't been married, ain't never gonna be married, odds are. But then again, she keeping hope alive like Gail is. And just think that what she's doing is everything right and it's everybody else that's the problem. Yeah, those people we gonna talk about because they crazy. Until all of a sudden, we ain't got into it, all of a sudden we got this young boyfriend. Girl, shut up. Why can't people shut the fuck up and keep stuff to themselves? This ain't mental issues. This is, you just are an asshole that couldn't cope for whatever you couldn't cope from. That's not mental illness. That's you just not getting fucking help like you need to. So the answer is to take somebody on up out of here. So now the argument on the internet now is who kills black people the most? Do black men kill black women the most, or do black women kill black men the most? Sounding dumb. So where did the oppressor go in all this, Bueller? So y'all done forgot about the oppressor because, again, I said this 2 weeks ago or so, and I don't want to say it again. There ain't been too much oppressor activity. So people been quiet on that front. But all the other things that have been going on, all the other things, ain't all this outrage, ain't all this, let me go on down there, let me go ahead and protest, let me go ahead and do this, let me go ahead and do that. Watch, unfortunately, if it should happen again, and I hope that it doesn't. Let's see what the Boule, the ones that told Rolly to take that damn post down. Let's see what that group says. God forbid if the oppressor comes through and does something again. But anyway, that's enough of him. No shade against Tatum. Let me go over here to this lady, child. Shanitra Speaks. Shout out to Shanitra Speaks, 52K here on the gram or on the tube, my bad. It says breaking 31-year-old Louisiana dad, REDRUM'D 8 children, wife was done. So this was done a day ago and she just has a lot more information. So that's why I want to go over some of this one. I think that might be where I got some of the information.
So, NPC.
Go Debbie. Get it, Debbie. Go Debbie.
Shooting that killed 8 children and wounded 2 adult women, that is, in Louisiana. Investigators say the gunman was the father of 7 of the children.
Report police that one of the women who was shot, a 13-year-old and a small child, all escaped to the backyard. Now that
apparently stemmed from a disturbing relationship breakup and a mother wanting a divorce.
Well, I know they're all in a better place, but for you to do that, that is the lowest thing that I can imagine a person to do.
I can't stand when people say that too. Oh, I know they're in a better place. Child, the better place was for them to still be on this earth so that they could grow up and be functioning adults, whatever that would mean to them. I don't like that. That's just me.
On April the 19th, 2026, 31-year-old Shamar Elkins was caught between 2 women. And according to a relative of one of the victims, his wife was done. That relative told reporters that Shamar Elkins and his wife were in the middle of separating and were scheduled to appear in court the very next day, April the 20th. But they would never make it there because before that court date, Shamar Elkins carried out a deadly attack, leaving 8 children dead, 7 of them his own.
He had to have known it was coming. Like, you don't get a court date 2 days beforehand. So he already knew that that court date was coming. While he up here posting stuff, talking about, I wish I could have the same kids with a different woman. Come on now.
And 2 women fighting for their lives. Now, the 2 women who were shot were his wife, who he shared 4 children with, and another woman who he shared 3 children with. Now, according to investigators, this case involved 3 separate crime scenes, which you will hear about later.
I got one dead child on the roof with multiple inside 10-4. Hair history, it is 15. We have a female with a DSW to the face, complainant left the scene. West 79th, and then we've got another location, 504 Harrison as well. Copy, they are aware that it is 2 separate locations. Again, I need you to verify and do a head count. I need you to get this information.
Now, that 911 dispatch audio you just heard would mark the beginning of the tragedy that authorities would start to uncover. As details started to come together, although authorities say they have not identified a clear motive, those closest to Shamar Elkins would start to share their own perspective, offering insight into what may have led up to this tragedy.
Disturbing relationship breakup and a mother wanting a divorce.
So she found out he got another baby on the way, and then boom, 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 that, everything. So everything boiled down to that. So other than that, I don't know what went wrong with this morning, but I hope she pulled through. So he got shot 8 times. So my 4 grandkids, 5 grandkids gone.
Now, as more details started to come out, Shamar Elkins' mother would come forward, offering additional insight. She made it
So this is his mother. This is his mother.
Clear that although she had spoken with her son, they were not very close, and she did not know exactly what problems he was having in his relationship with his wife. She explained that she had him when she was a teenager and struggled with drug addiction. Now, because of that, he was raised by a close family friend.
Another good mama? Allegedly, if this is true. Allegedly. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good. Lock me up, boo. Lock me up. This is another good mama. Good mama in it up. But guess what? We gonna get there with regard to the parents, right? Because what I say, these people do not care about these damn kids. They do not. Mama gotta live. Child, where that from? Baby boy, I think. Mama gotta live too, on DRUG. So these people don't even take the time to care for their children that they decide to have. Just push them off on somebody else. So if she's DRUG addicted, it's possible that he had the same. Possibly. No excuses. I'm just saying. It's looking like it's another one of those stories, at least on this portion, I should say. Mama gotta live too, I wasn't close with him. Child, then why are you talking? Why do we need to hear from her? If you didn't raise him, you gave him away, you was addicted, and y'all wasn't close, why are you talking? Why?
She also said that she later reconnected with her son more than a decade later, and that her and her significant other now live in Oklahoma. Now, according to his mother, it wasn't just the separation that he was dealing with. He was also struggling with mental health concerns. Earlier,
he was dealing with mental health concerns, of course. Just like the lady yesterday who was in there after her 16-year-old went and SHOT'd another child in the head. And she said, he just went outside that day. He just got caught up. It's not his fault. Not my baby.
this month on Easter Sunday, April the 5th, 2026, he called his mother and his stepfather. Now, during that call, they could hear the children playing in the background. And through tears, he told them that he wanted to take his own life. He also told them that his wife wanted a divorce and that he was drowning in what he described as dark thoughts. His stepfather told him, "You can beat this stuff, man. I don't care what you're going through. You can beat it." And then Shamar would make a chilling statement. He said, "Some people don't come back from their demons." He then hung up, promising to tell his children, dressed in their Sunday best, that their grandparents in Oklahoma said hello. And later that same day,
Child, this one in the blue looks just like him. They all favor him, but that one in the blue looks just like him. So your son got off the phone and said, some people can't come back from this, while on the phone crying. Y'all was like, "All right, gotta go. Bye."
After church, he would take...
And who knows that this is true? She ain't close to him. She ain't in his life. She gave him up. She DRUG addicted. Was. They ain't close. Now we believe in her. All right.
To his social media account, posting a photo with his children and writing, "Happy Easter. Had a wonderful time at church for the first time with all my kids. What a blessed day." And for some, that post may have seemed like a turning point, like he was trying to take a step in the right direction, trying to overcome what he was dealing with. And in interviews, relative
or having the last hoorah, allegedly,
described the children as happy, loving, and full of life, painting a picture of a father who, at least on the surface, appeared to be present in their lives. But just 2 weeks later, everything would take a devastating turn.
Do what I tell you back. We did. You know what I got. We did.
Now, before the tragedy unfolded, his wife would also take to social media to make it clear that she no longer wanted to be married. Now, going back to April 9th, 2024, his wife made a post and stated, "We finally made it official. I got married on my birthday." And she included a photo of him and her together. Now, the following year, April the 9th, 2025, she made a post to celebrate their 1-year anniversary. She said, Happy first anniversary to us, I thank you for everything that you did for me today. Enjoyed every moment of it. 10 long years and 4 beautiful girls. What a time we had. So although they had only...
All right, they must got the 4 ones that's all named Jayla, Kayla, Shayla, and Michaela or something like that. Assuming, I could be wrong. All right. I mean, I don't know, y'all. I just feel like there's some shit you don't need to be letting the world know, but that's just me, y'all. That's just me.
Recently gotten married in 2024, their relationship had went back at least 10 years. But after celebrating their 1-year anniversary, the following year on April the 10th, just 9 days before the tragedy, his wife would reshare a post. And in that post, it said, "For the first time in my life, I don't want to be nobody's woman or wife. I know what it feels like to be a wife."
Let's put this on the internet too. Child, I can't.
To cook, clean, hold it down, share your bed, your space, your whole life, to pour into a man daily and still make sure everything's straight. I don't want to wash no man clothes. I don't want to share no bed. I don't want to hear what we eating every day. I don't want to adjust my piece for no.
Then why did you get married? Seriously, I don't get it. Then why did you get married? Remember that movie from Tyler Perry? It actually was a decent movie. The names are Jayla, Shayla, Kayla, and Layla. That had to be her kids. Ain't no way they couldn't be. Jayla, Shayla, Kayla, and Layla. Markadon, I believe, is the cousin. And then Soraya, Kadarion, and Braylon all have the last name Snow. And I think that's the woman, the girlfriend woman. So I think that's how that works out. The one thing that I never could have either is kids with a bunch of different last names. I was like, there's no way I'm doing that. There's no way I'm doing that. Like I said, I can't be nobody's baby mom, and I cannot have children by multiple people. I just can't do it. That's just me. I never could imagine shuffling a kid here, there, and everywhere. And then sometimes you're here and sometimes you got to be with me. We're either all together or we're not. We're all together or we're not. But I don't think sharing something, I don't want to be nobody's wife after a year, then why did you get married?
Share your bed, your space, your whole life, to pour into a man daily and still make sure everything's straight. I don't want to wash no man clothes. I don't want to share no bed. I don't want to hear what we eating every day. I don't want to adjust my piece for nobody. I'm not bitter. I'm just done playing that role. Right now, I'm choosing me, my peace, and my freedom. And I ain't explaining that to nobody. And then she reshared it. And
except you explaining it to the internet and putting it on the internet. And while I know that has to be embarrassing for him, why do y'all do this? I'm talking to biatches, hating hoes that's watching. Shout out to Dumbism all year. Why do y'all have to do this? Why did you get married and was gushing a year later and now all of a sudden, I don't want my peace interrupted? Your peace. What has changed, y'all? Seriously, if you was together for 10 years, allegedly, and then you had 4 kids, and you was doing it for all those years, what the hell changed? What the hell changed? You was already doing it. So y'all trying to tell me you don't think this is shit she was already doing in all them 10 years with them 4 kids and that man? Let me look at these ages for a second. My bad, y'all, my bad. Where are they at? I think it has their name or names and ages. So the tip. So Jayla is 3. Y'all, this is some back and forth shit already. Okay. So her kids are Jayla, Shayla, and Kayla. 7, 6, 5, and 3. The Sayara, Kadarion, and Braden are 11, 6, and 5. So he had the first kid with the girlfriend. The next kid with the wife. A kid with each of them the next year. A kid with each of them the next year. And then a 3-year-old with the wife. There's a kid missing because there was an infant on this life, unless that was an old photo. Maybe that was an old photo, okay? Yeah, it was an old photo. So you see these ages, y'all? The oldest kid is Soraya Snow at 11. Then he has a Kadarian Snow and a Caleb Pugh, both 6. Then there was a Layla first, a Layla Pugh with the wife. But then after that, they each had a kid, both 6. Then after that, they each had a kid, both 5. And then the wife had Jayla, who was 3. So this is, in my opinion, if we want to really talk about something and stop saying who kills who the most, this right here shows and proves what I say all the time. Women don't care. They're going to compete and they're going to go for what they want. Now, somebody can say it's a mother, or what do y'all call it? What is it called? Polygamy or something? I agree, Danette. Maybe it was only after with all this going on, okay? But Reaper, I don't know who had the unborn baby. It could have been one of them, or it could have been someone else. So the odds are it may have been Miss Snow. I'm gonna say she Miss Snow since these kids have the last name Snow. But technically, it could be somebody else. Technically, right? So if they was married for almost 2 years, and the matching kids, what do they call fake twins? What is it called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. 2, 6, 2, 5, and then another one. She had another one, and somebody is pregnant allegedly. So, why did you marry him? Is my question. Irish twins. Thank you so much. They had 2 sets of Irish twins. Why did you marry him to begin with? I'm not advocating, I'm not defending this man at all, but this is the dysfunction that the community should be talking about, and not who kills who the most, in my opinion. Is that not dysfunction? You don't have the same name as me. I don't have the same name as you. Why you live over there and I live over here if you my brother and you my sister? Why your last name different than mine? We the same age. So y'all don't think that those things play on kids' mind? Maybe not this young, but as they get older. Maybe Soraya was thinking about it, maybe, allegedly. Why my daddy always over there? Why my daddy don't live with me? They could have went to the wedding. Why are you marrying her when you be over here with my mama? So does no one think that this is dysfunction? And then with that mama of him, because she came out here to talk. This is the same thing as with Ashley Child. These people coming out here to talk, so we're talking about it. So the mama come out here, all of a sudden, not even close to the kid, gave up the kid, didn't raise the kid, had to do DRUG. Now she talking about what had happened, allegedly, and what he had said. And she still just went on with her business, even at this big old age. So he had issues. But what he didn't lack with his mental, What he didn't lack with his mental illness is OPP female. How does that happen? Let's just go with the story that he got mental illness, right? I'm not buying it, but we're going to go with it for this story right here. So he got mental illness, y'all still giving him kids. He got mental illness, you still effing him. He got mental illness, you still want to have kids with this person. These are women. These are women. These are women. 2 sets of Irish twins, which you already had, and you still agreed to marry him because allegedly, you wanted to win. How many times I say this? Ain't no sisterhood, because if it's something that they want, they gon' go get it. She's my friend, this my best friend, that's my best friend, and she my best friend, and I love all my line sisters, no shade D9. And I got all these girlfriends and we all go out and we got a good time, ciao. Then somebody sleep with somebody, man, because he did this and he did that and he did this and he did that and he gave me this and he gave me that. And that thing worked so good, girl. If you only knew. Oh, if she only knew? Is that what you want to say? You out here bragging about how your man F you and you think that's a good thing to do? Child, y'all crazy. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. But she's saying that the washing of the clothes and the what's for dinner is the problem. That was the hard part. That was the hard part, and not the fact that somebody else was having kids and pregnant at the same time as you. Child, you better than me. Child, you is better than me. I give you all the props on that because I could never. So while he's having all these mental illness, he know how to F around now, don't he? He know how to have some babies now, don't he? He know how to get people pregnant now, don't he? At the same damn time. Okay. Dregger, thank you, boo. How does a crack baby get more play than... Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, sir. Don't ask me, child. Don't ask me. I don't know. But let's always blame it on mental illness and try to have that conversation instead of talking to young people, all in, and talk about not being single baby moms. Because that's what it's coming down to yet again. Yet again. No core family, no family values, no parents together in the same home, caring for kids together. None of that. This is what's acceptable. I'm sorry, I don't understand what the marriage was for at this point. I don't understand what the marriage is for at this point. But I was married now. A year later, you're the best, you're the best. Less than a year later, I can't do it. All right, y'all. Come on, y'all.
Following year, on April the 10th, just 9 days before the tragedy, his wife would reshare a post. And in that post, it said, "For the first time in my life, I don't want to be nobody's woman." To a man daily and eating every day, I don't want to adjust my peace for nobody. I'm not bitter. I'm just done playing that role. Right now, I'm choosing me, my peace, and my freedom. And I ain't explaining that to nobody. And then she reshared it and she wrote the caption, "This the one." Now keep in mind that this post occurred just 9 days before he would attempt to take her life, because currently it's been reported that she's still in the hospital fighting for her life. Now Shamar was also active on social media as well, beside from just posting about his kids. He made a post on
Y'all gonna stop. Bell, stop this. Kevin Murray, stop this.
March the 8th. He reshared it. And what it says was, "Dads, if you could go back in time and have kids with a different woman, but still have the same kids, would you?" And he replied and said, "Heck yeah, I would." Now, one of the posts that has been widely circulated is just 1 day before the tragedy unfolded. Shamar would take to social media and he said, "Laugh out loud, took my Otis on a one-on-one date, had to catch her down bad." Now, the mom would reshare his status. And what she said was, "That's what's wrong with her now. He spoils her. He don't say no at all. I'm glad she has a good bond with her father. Long as she's happy, I'm happy." And sadly, he would be.
It don't sound like it, Chan. It don't sound like it. Yo, damn. Now I want a Burger King Whopper. Is there a Super Whopper now? I'm not gonna get it, but that burger looked good.
responsible for not only taking her life, but 6 other. And sadly, he would be responsible for not only taking her life, but killing his 6 other children as well. Listen to this.
What people think in the crevices of their mind to want to harm another human being, let alone that of children who have their whole life ahead of them. From what I've learned about this incident is that it's domestic in nature. That makes it even more horrific for all the fighting that we do as it relates to this. And maybe you can stand strong with this, but I can't without shedding tears.
Whoppers are cheaper on Wednesday. Why are you telling me that? Oh my God.
Of traumatic pain.
Luckily, I don't have my car. I'm waiting for them to call me and try and get my car fixed again. So if they call me, I have to answer.
I pain and I grieve for this family. I grieve for the lives that are lost, and I'm asking you to please utilize every resource that the sheriff has brought forth now when you know that these situations occur. We cannot be and make this a joke. This is not a freaking joke. This is real, and this is the result.
Good morning. We're going to give some initial information what we have, and I want to start with this is all preliminary information. This is a very large scene with 4 specific locations that we are currently addressing. Events from early this morning. This morning, officers responded to a shooting that occurred just after 6 a.m. Here, there is also another.
This is amazing. This thing right here reads: Ms. Elkins said she did not know exactly what problems her son was having with his wife. Records showed that they were married in 2024. She added that her son worked for UPS and had served in the Army. So, looks like he worked. It sounds like he worked. But yeah, I don't know about her.
Residents on Harrison Street that is part of this crime scene as well. Right now, we have at least 10 individuals that were struck by gunfire last night in a domestic disturbance. 8 of these individuals are deceased. The ranges of the decedents are from 1 year of age to approximately 14 years of age. All of the deceased in this case are juvenile.
He said 1 year of age, then they didn't name the 1-year-old because they said it was 3-year-old. Jayla, Kayla, Shayla, and whatever the Ayla was. The 4th Ayla. The youngest was 3. He's saying 1. Child, come on, give us the right information.
The individual responsible, once leaving this scene, performed a carjacking right here in close proximity to the corner of West 79th and Linwood, at which point in time, Shreveport Police Patrol officers got behind that vehicle and they chased him. The vehicle was chased into Bossier Parish, and at which point in time, Shreveport police officers did discharge their fire.
Now, you know what? I'm sorry to pause y'all, but he jacked someone. Why didn't he take them out, Bueller? This is the other thing with the mystery with the mental illness. Why, if he jacked somebody, it already took everybody else out. That's supposed to mean something to him. So how hard is it? And praise the Lord, he didn't. I'm not saying that he should have, but I'm just trying to be like, y'all with this mental illness is driving me nuts. So with the when he went and jacked, so he knew how to jack, and he didn't take them out. He didn't do nothing to them, but so he was mental with his family, but not when he went and jacked. Okay. Maybe that's what it was. Shout out to Mona D in the building. I see you, boo. Listen, yeah, that's how I can get away with it. You're absolutely right. Look at Mona giving me solutions. I can go get, y'all said it's 99 cents. I want the big one, pause. I want the big one. Shout out to Reaper. I appreciate you. He said, yeah, that Jungle Fever. Mama got a new dance, moves like Samuel L. Jackson. Shout out to Gator. I don't know. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. This is freaking ridiculous.
Firearm, and that individual is deceased. We do believe him to be the only individual that fired gunshots at these locations here. He is deceased, and Louisiana State Police will be taking over that portion in which the Shreveport police officers discharged their firearms. So we don't have any more information on the shooting that occurred in Bossier. What we can tell you is this is a domestic disturbance here in the 300 block of West 79th Street. This is a very large scene. Multiple deceased children present.
Now, as you just heard, all of the children inside that home tragically lost their lives, and the 2 women are currently fighting for their lives. But there were others inside their home who tried to escape, including one of the women, and they had to go out of a window. I'm going to play that clip for you. There has also been footage released that is public information, so I'm not showing anything that shouldn't be shown here on YouTube. I want you to pay close attention to this. The first video shows Shamar Elkins attempting to flee the scene. It happens quickly, so pay attention. The second video captures his final moments. Take a listen.
I'm gonna let you see it was a knife child involved, and if you can see the window, we confirmed with Shreveport Police that one of the women who
that roof. So the roof, it looks like of the garage. All right.
Were shot, a 13-year-old and a small child all escaped to the backyard. Now that woman was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The 13-year-old is in the hospital with broken bones, but sadly, one of the children was found shot in the head in the back of this house. Now,
oh my God. Oh my God.
In the back of this house now.
Now, one of the victim's father did come forward and speak with the news, and I'm going to play that clip, but I'm also going to play, there were some questions that were posed at the press conference just seeking additional information and clarity about the situation. I'm going to play that. Also, the community leaders did get together after the tragedy to give a speech, which you heard part of it, so I'm going to play that as well. Now, listen to this.
She is believed to be the mother of some of the victims. A man who claims to be her father, Bulo Mays, was at the scene this morning.
I was just with my grandbabies the other day, and we was having so much fun. And I say for any grandparent out there, be happy. Be happy with your grandkids and have fun with them. I'm just praying that everything will be all right for my daughter. She's in the hospital right now. She's fighting.
So this is the father, I'm assuming of Snow. I'm assuming, I could be wrong. And well, maybe no, maybe it's the wife, because he said I was just with my 5 grandbabies. Child, there's still a lot of questions here. Apologies, RBN, for missing the super chat. He said, notice she said playing that role, so she was playing the whole time. Unfortunately, I think she did just want to say get married just to say she got married. I don't disagree. Because if you were putting up with all this, you was doing all this, you was having 2 sets of Irish twins or hood twins, whatever y'all want to call them, and then you went and married him, and then a year, everything was wonderful. And less than a year after that, nothing was good. You're not doing nothing different at this point. No shade, y'all. It's one thing maybe before you have kids, you live in this life. You're having a good time. You get married, you have kids. That's a big change. You're not, you know what I'm saying? So you was already doing all this. There's no way, allegedly, she wasn't already doing all this, in my opinion. It's just this one dad, but it's at least 2 women, 1 wife, 1 girlfriend, but they have, they got 2 sets of Irish twins, and they only lived a few blocks away from each other. So allegedly somebody was pregnant, but we don't know if it was her or if it was a girlfriend or if it's a 3rd woman. But this also proves, if you didn't hear me, that women be competing with each other and they don't give a damn, and ain't no damn sisterhood. But I digress.
For the tragic event that has taken place this morning, I just don't know what to say tonight. My heart is just taken back. I just cannot begin to imagine how such an event can occur. I want to let the community know that all of my resources are out here processing every piece of evidence at every scene, and at some time in the near future, we're going to give some more inclusive information about exactly what took place. I want to thank the agencies that have reached out to me.
I'm fast.
Chris, what time did all of this just start?
Early morning hours. With this domestic dispute is somewhere in the 5 o'clock hour, I believe. But once I have the timeline, the detail that.
Have you ever seen anything like this in your years of working, Chris?
I am not. This is unlike anything I've ever heard people say. I'd like anything to see such shit.
I know you said you can't release the name of the suspect yet, but can you give the age? Was he a juvenile? Was he an adult?
No, the suspect is an adult. We'll get that information out. Hopefully, approximately.
I'm sure most people in these situations think domestic partner as soon as you hear some crazy ass story like this, allegedly. Jason says 7 years in National Guard and left as a private means he was a ish bag. Maybe it was. Wow. I didn't even pick up on that. Thanks for picking up on that. And Keita says toxicity and drama. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is absolutely what this was. Ciao. Danette says some people are hooked on saying my husband, my wife a lot, like it really gives them bragging rights or something. If that makes them happy, I guess, because if you still living crazily, I'll call it that, but maybe they like it that way, child. They like the toxicity. I agree. Definitely toxic and crazy. This is crazy. Ain't no way.
And you said it happened at multiple locations? Gunfire happened at multiple locations?
Yes, that is the info.
How many locations exactly?
So the Harrison Street address, there's a shooting there. There's multiple deceased persons here in the 300 block of West 79, and then the shooting that occurred in Bossier Parish. So we have several crime scenes, and we really want to thank Louisiana State Police and Bossier and the Prince Kettle Sheriff's Office. That this type of a scene requires a lot of resources, requires a lot of officers who ensure it's thoroughly investigated, and if we can do the best we can to try to understand and that's the way up to this. I don't know if we ever really understood it. So we will do the best we can to explain it and we can get whatever closure we can get to the families involved.
And you're sure they're all connected, all the scenes?
Yes, absolutely. These things are undoubtedly connected. Right now, there is no public safety threat and no
police officers and even the coroner's office, the public safety communicators that took the call on this. I'm going to tell you, I'm here to tell you that the burden on them is real. They will carry this for the rest of their life.
I was going to say, but people don't think about that. Definitely don't think about the oppressor. So I feel like we've heard this already. Let me get to whatever's at the end here. 1 second. Let me acknowledge Reaper. Thank you, Boo. What if he got laid off by UPS? Comment by Murray. Anybody here from Louisiana? Let me listen. I don't know nothing about Louisiana except for Mardi Gras, and I ain't never been. It's on my list of places to go, but I don't know nothing about Louisiana, right? It ain't the big city. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is not the big city, all right? So, looking at where they are, they probably wasn't living this lavish lifestyle, okay? They probably wasn't traveling much. They probably not going to Disney World and stuff like that. Allegedly, right? Looking at some of the video, we can, say that maybe not a lot of money, right? Which is fine for them, okay? So if he lost his job at UPS, which really could be a thing because we know that everybody is laying off for the most part, that's not an excuse, of course. He was in the military. He should have military benefits, right? I know somebody said that he came out of private, but he probably should have had some sort of military benefits and money from that or whatever. So you keep going. So you just find another job. You apply for some more military benefits. I don't know. You don't delete the family, even if you do get laid off. Especially if you're paying attention to the news, everybody's getting laid off. Everybody's getting fired. Nobody got a job. Not nobody, but a lot of people don't have jobs. Should we want to blame that on mental health too? Is that a mental health issue? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not going for the mental health. I'm not. If you could be, and again, I don't know if he went to a war. I don't know. But if you could be out here and know that you need to go here, you need to go there, and then you could watch your kids scrambling from you and you still going after them, no. If you got this one over here, you got this one over here, and you're going back and forth and you're making kids and you're having a good time and you all up in somebody's female OPP, no, I'm not trying to hear it. Because you can't tell me, allegedly, I could be wrong. You can't tell me that at some point they wasn't, unless they were sister-wise, polygamy, I think you called it. Unless they was just okay with it. So you think that that situation was great to begin with, so he could live within all that. But then I guess the last straw was getting laid off by UPS. Or even the wife divorcing, especially after putting out a post that says, don't you wish that you could have kids by a different woman, but have the same kids?
Schools, this family is going to need our support for days to come.
I want you to think about the mothers that are the survivors, because there are 3 mothers at this point. One is in surgery at this time, that are going to be faced with immense pain. That's going to need all of us, the community, long-term counseling, the father.
Who are the 3 mothers? Did I miss a mother? She said there are 3 mothers. Who is the 3rd?
That is left here to grieve their child. And I want you to remember that more than anything.
Layla had little exposure to academics prior to this school year. However, she has made a year's journey in 3 non-based periods. Congratulations.
Oh, he like Cookie Run the Cook. Oh.
Oh, baby, we cool. Oh.
Go Debbie. Get it, Debbie. Go Debbie. Get it, Debbie.
It says Elkins shared 4 children with his wife and 3 children with another woman who lived close by and who was also shot, according to Brown. Oh, Crystal Brown. Shamara and his wife were due in the middle of separating, were due in court Monday, said Crystal Brown, who was a cousin of one of the wounded women. Brown said the couple had been arguing about the separation before the shooting. He REDRUM'd his children, Brown said. He SOJT'd his wife. Elkins shared 4 children with his wife and 3 children with another woman who lives close by and who was also shot. According to Brown, all the children were together at one house. So it sounds like he did bring them over, or maybe they were getting along. But if he's having a problem with getting divorced from her, why he do something to the other one then? Why he do something to the other one? She ain't got nothing to do with it. Child, this is crazy.
Go Debbie. Get it, Debbie. Go Debbie. Get it. Drop it low, Debbie.
Rest in peace to those children, child. I can't. But moving on. Let's go here. Yeah, it's Anton. So y'all gonna have to get over it. So he did this. This is a short of him with this heifer saying that parents parents aren't responsible for the kids. Like, stop blaming parents. So who are supposed to blame? So no one is to blame for anything, y'all. No one is to blame for anything. It's no one's fault. Everyone is absolved, and we'll just keep living like this and don't do anything, don't say anything, don't change anything. Everything is everything, child. Shout out to Kofa. Thank you, hon. He said, I understand the mental health argument sometimes, but never when it comes to harming children. I agree sometimes, but they want to make all these situations that continue to happen a part of mental health, in my opinion, to absolve Black men. Sorry for your luck. That's how I feel. And it's not. It's not. It's not mental health. It's if he needed help, like the mama coming out, like I'm supposed to trust his mama who ain't been in his life, who didn't raise him, and now all of a sudden she doing a not my baby so she could get out here. I don't trust her. And again, I'm trying to understand, why did he do anything? Why did he do something to the girlfriend? Lou just called her a girlfriend. What'd she do? What she got to do with this separation? Not you, Kof. I'm just talking now. What did she got to do with this situation? What did her kids have to do with this situation? I'm confused. Ciao. Anyway. Upset Black woman says stop blaming parents. All right, let's hear this mess. Where's the...
I'm asking where the parents at. Where the parents? Y'all oblivious to what the going on in real life. I know several groups of these young children who y'all talking about in Chicago that don't have a mother house to go to, a parent to call. And if you call the mother parent, they don't give a flying fuck about nothing you talking about. Half of these children are actually not being parented. Did y'all think about that? Do y'all know how many of these children are homeless? Do you? Because I talk to them on a consistent basis. It's actually about 7 children alone that I make sure I take care of their birthday for them. So I'm trying to figure out, why do y'all think all of these kids coming from a parented household? Why do y'all think they even coming from a household? Do you know how many of these abandoned apartments in Chicago is being filled in by a group of youth who don't have a mother parent? Y'all study about the parent to start at home. They don't have no homes. And this also how I know y'all just be talking out the crack of y'all ass, because it's too many mother organizations out here getting money for these homeless ass kids, filling up their numbers and doing all their programs and all this goofy. Y'all acting like y'all don't know these kids homeless, and we know it, especially the mother who in the CVI work, the mother who is in got any type of violence prevention, education, advocacy work, y'all already know that these kids don't have a phone to go to a parent to call. Go ask the principals at these high schools how they have to bribe the parents to turn in mother paperwork.
Well, ma'am, where did they come from? Well, ma'am, where did they? Ooh, let me get this pause, child. Hold on. Let me get this picture right here, child. Hold on. Ain't no such thing as an angry black woman, child. So where the hell they come from? They just poof out of the fucking blue. Well, child, we know where Elkin's parent was. She was living her best life, DRUG addicted and marrying the next man and moving on to Oklahoma. So we just gonna go ahead and just make all these excuses. So maybe, ma'am, this is the problem, like I'm saying, is that people wanna allow people to just be absolved because they just abandoned their kids. They not parenting their kids. They not caring for their kids because they too busy living their best life. So now the rest of us got to be haunted by them out here on the streets. Now we do know that there's also, not that we didn't know already, but also based off The Wire, but specifically from the video from yesterday that man showed us, where the reporter or whoever it was asking those daggone kids that was standing on the corner, all black males, well, what do your parents think? My mama, all of them, my mama, all of them. All of them. My mama no, my mama don't care, my mama said, all that. She don't want to talk about that part? Okay, so nobody has any parents. They just magically came up out of nowhere. It must have been a rainbow that somebody got to the end of, right? So does that mean that somebody can't give them some sort of discipline? So I agree with the part where she says all this money is coming in to try to help these people. That's where those violence prevention type of programs from, because everybody want a program. All we need is program. This program. All these people do is talk, toss out some daggone money. That money is probably lining someone's pockets, allegedly. Some political official who's taking some off the top. Shout out to DC. I ain't gonna say no names. And then all of a sudden, we're doing everything that we can. We got a violence prevention network, and people in the community is like, yeah, knowing damn well their job is to allow the violence to continue so that they can continue to be paid. Now help me understand why all those blackity blacks rolling in the crew ain't talking about that, ain't working on that, because there's a lot of money that goes into these cities for those specific things, and somehow, some way, the violence does not reduce, nothing changes. It actually seems to be getting worse. Remember, crime is down. Yeah, never forget that crime is down. Joe Biden said it. All the rest of them are saying it. Doogie said it. Brandon Scott said it. Crime is down. Don't seem to be down as far as I'm concerned. But instead,
this is amazing.
But instead of talking about something like that and getting to the bottom of that, now it's no, a black man over here and black women over there. No, you delete us most. 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 And where the hell that's gonna get to, Bueller? Or just saying everything is mental health, child. It's mental health. Oh, okay. So just say that it is mental health. Just say that it is mental health. So what is the answer to that? Just keep saying that it's mental health so everybody get picked off and keep continuing to get on up out of here? Because there is a problem, whether people want to realize it or not, within the community. Even before this, child, we've been doing crime is down for how long now? But now it seems that the rich, I guess, the better to do in some situations, and it's all over the place, are just going to be out here as their solution to end things, to end relationships. You're mad at your baby mom, you're mad at your baby dad, or GRUG deal went wrong, whatever the reason is. And then to absolve them, just say, it's mental health. Nah. Y'all go ahead and say that if you want to. I'm not buying it. And then none of these cases thus far. Justin, nope. Because that ass knew to run on down or run on upstairs and take himself out. He should have did that to begin with. Oh, well, she had wanted money from him. Child, she had already wanted money. Ain't nothing new. Just like with Shreveport 8. The what's the girlfriend got to do with the damn wife? If the wife is divorcing you, what does the girlfriend have to do with that? And if you didn't seem like you really wanted her anyway, meaning him, because he said, what if I could just have the same kids with a different woman? That don't sound nice to me. That don't sound kind at all to me. He would have to pay child support. Child, you cannot get blood from a stone. You can't. You can't. Would y'all think they was no shade? Because I don't know. Allegedly. Child, what was they going to do? Take his house? Is that what was going to happen? So there's just no solutions then, based off of what she's saying. There's just no solutions. Give up. This is the real stuff. Instead of focusing on Donald damn Trump, that the community should be paying attention to and working through and working out and coming up with solutions. Instead, you have Jamel talking about, oh, it's very hard for women to get out because she wants to make sure that she has black femicide at the top of the list of things that people should be worried about and dealing with. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be, but I'm also saying that the solution isn't wait until you get beat to a pulp to try to leave. The solution is you get hit once, you leave. But nobody want to do all that. Nobody want to say all that. Anyway. Thank you, Kofa. He said, working with teens in ATL, I've seen good ass parents and these little terrorists just don't care. I don't believe in a blanket blaming parents. I agree. Because you only have so much control over your kids, first of all, until they start being away from you. So my thing is, though, you need to put some sort of a foundation behind them so that when they do get away from you, they know how to act. They know what they're supposed to do. They know what they're not supposed to do, and they make good choices. Because it's the only thing I've ever said, make good choices. Make good choices. And even if we don't see, God sees everything. And if you can't tell us, then you know what you're doing is wrong. I don't think people are doing any of those types of things. That's just me. I'm not saying it was right. I'm not saying it was perfect, but what else could I do? What else could I do? Can't follow them all over the place. The problem is that now you got the social media and everybody's on it and everybody want to listen to it and everybody want to follow TikTok and everybody want to give their kids something to get out of their face. So they're participating, but then they want to blame Meta and Google for the fact that their kids ain't shit or doing dumb shit or self-deleting on top of that. That's not a parent's responsibility to know where your kid is. So the parents with the kids are not responsible for them taking themselves out. But now it's mental health when a whole ass adult that made it in the military, that fathered all these kids, now it's his mental health that's the problem with the reason why he did this. I can't do it. It's kind of like any excuse is better than none, but we definitely gonna have an excuse. That's what it sounds like to me. Tadisha, thank you so much, Boo. I appreciate you. She said, love the hat, Auntie. Thank you, Boo. This is the product of idle time on people's hands. What is that saying? The idle time is the devil's playground, I think is what we used to say. Let me know, Generation X, because we used to get all these little antidotes that I know that these kids don't get. I know they don't get it. Then you got people out here saying that I should be able to have whatever I want whenever I want. Yeah, you should be able to work for what you want and have it. You should be able to work. I don't know if that part is being explained. Is it being explained that nothing is free? Nothing is free. Even if it's free, it ain't free. If you want something, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to get your ass on out there and do something. Thanks for the tip. Are those things being said anymore? I don't think they are. Just get on the internet. So then you're listening to all these people on TikTok. Half of these, 3/4 of these biatches on daggone TikTok are crazy out of their daggone mind. They might need some mental health, including that one, what is it, the TikTok therapist? She crazy, allegedly. People listening to her. Child, I can't do it. It's any excuse, child. I'm telling you. So nobody bears any responsibility for anything that anybody does. A criminal is not a criminal unless they think so. The kids are just responsible for themselves. And the real problem is Google and Facebook and Instagram. Child, I swear we're living in the Truman Show. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue with my Generation X rules of life and leave y'all to be. Just stay away from me and mine. That's the answer to everything. Because, child, at this point, you can't even tell who, what, when, where, and how. You can't. Everybody is crazy. And instead of doing something to really resolve it and solve it, then they want to attack everyone else because their opinion is different than theirs. Child, have whatever opinion you want, child. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. But somehow, some way, it's a problem with what I got to say or a problem with what y'all got to say. And y'all are wrong and they're right. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on. Thank you, Tadisha. Thank you, Tech170. Appreciate you. He says she thinks kids come out of a not the Cabbage Patch. Shout out to Cabbage Patch Kids. Forgot about the Cabbage Patch Kids. Who had a Cabbage Patch Kid? Oh my God, I had one and never took it out the box, and still, I don't even know where it's at. What a waste. Trying to keep it for future monies and don't even know where it's at. Shout out to my fave. He said Jamel looked like a goodbye. Oh, God. Shout out to y'all if you were here last night for the shit with Jamel. I call her Jammy, but it was funny. It was funny. Thank you, hon. Appreciate you. Del Monte Green Beans. Hey, boo. He said hush. All right. I'm moving on, child. I'm moving on because ain't nothing left to say. There's nothing left to say, child. She sound crazy. Any excuse though, y'all. Any excuse is better than none. Let me see. Let's go talk to Boyce. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but let's talk to Boyce, child. Because Boyce says chasing the soft life is getting Black women in trouble. Ooh, no, Boyce. How dare you?
A different outcome there. And so this really speaks to what we lose when we act like fathers are not important. Fathers are very important, just like we know mothers are important. And so, long story short, these white male coaches come along and they say, well, I want to be a father figure to these young men. It's insulting. It's almost like, well, I'm going to do this because your dad's a clown, or he's undisciplined, or he's too ridiculous to even control and protect his own seed. So I'm going to step in. What does that make you look like? That should be insulting to every Black man in this room, because
y'all, there's white men trying to step in and take y'all's jobs. Bueller, what? Child, I had to push forward. He was live when I paused this, so I think he's all off now. But what in the world?
Nobody should be handling your responsibility because you can't handle it. That's an insult to you. That really is. And what's fascinating to me is that we'll see some Negro that gets a record deal and really think he's successful, even though he can't even take care of his own children. That's not that record deal is not success. That means that you made enough coon music for the record labels to love you enough to give you a big fat check because
not enough coon music. Shout out to the coon music. We might have to use that. Boise, I might have to take coon music. You made enough coon music. Hey, I can't disagree. What y'all call Sexy Red's music, child? What y'all call Sexy Red's music? Would you call that good music, or would you call that coon music? Or this music?
Boy, what the fuck? Huh? No. No. That's fire. You like it? That's hot. That's hot.
My man.
I put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. We're playing nigga, come suck a bitch toes. Pound town, just left pound town. Put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. We're playing nigga.
See my man.
I put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. We're playing nigga, come suck a bitch.
Child, y'all got all the names. Y'all got all the names in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Y'all, make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
You're promoting Black self-destruction, and that's why you got your awards. Not for everybody, not every rapper, right? We know there's the D1s and people like that, but you know how that game works, right? So anyway, let's go back into this though, because this does link to the topic of that whole chasing the soft life thing. And I, as a finance guy, had to make a couple comments on it, and I actually did some pulled up some academic research on these topics, just so you can understand it a little more deeply. And also, just another reminder, David from our team is in the chat. So if you want to do an economic elevation session with David, David's right there. David, if you could drop your link in there again when you get a chance, that way everybody can see it. And I'm going to grab it so I can keep sharing it too.
Child, sometimes I feel like he's just a run-off sentence.
Here's something I want to
run-on sentence.
Think about. First, one thing about this soft life thing that I think is so funny. It's kind of cute and hilarious at the same time, because you see these little girls. It's usually women that like the money. I told you I don't understand.
Little girls, really, Boise?
Understand the deep obsession with men with money, but it's biological. There's nothing you can really change about that. A lot of times we're wired how we're wired. And I think it's so cute and funny, because I said, isn't that interesting that people think that somebody has money because they just buy nice stuff? Right? They really, a lot of times you think somebody has money, but you haven't even learned how money works or how to even process it. Right? It's almost like looking at somebody and thinking they're healthy, but really they might have HIV, but they look really cute. So you think, oh, she can't.
Shout out to Magic, allegedly.
Have HIV because she's so pretty. Like stuff like that, right? But a medical doctor would say, no, that's not how you got to run a test. You got to look at the blood and you got to, right? So it's the same kind of way, right? When somebody's got financial HIV, sometimes they'll look healthy. Sometimes they show up and they look drippy, right? Or they show up looking in a way where you're thinking, oh, he's got money. And
they show up looking drippy.
And it's even worse if the person is very intentional about the disguise. If they're really working to pretend like everything is together and they're sending these signals constantly. Like there's actually philosophers who say that you never really know a person. All you know are signals that they send you about who they are and what they represent. And the more you spend time with the person, the more data you collect from the signals. But the signals added up, even millions of them, never add up to the entirety of who that person is, right? So if I am a son and my mother sees me every single day and I'm sending all these signals of what kind of stuff.
Oh my God, get to it!
Son I am, she still doesn't know me entirely. Well, a lot of them are divesting from the Black community, which is obviously highly inappropriate. You can't be pro-Black and divest from a community.
You can't be pro-Black. I don't think they're pro-Black. Not the ones I listen to. Trust me when I tell you, they are not pro-Black.
Signal, the interpretation of who you are as a person, is communicated largely by what you invest in. How can you say you love something when you won't invest in it? Does that make sense? Like, how can I say I love my child when I don't spend no time with my child? Or I love my job, but I ain't been to work in 6 months. Right? I love my car, but I'm gonna scratch it up, dent it up, tear it up. I love my house, but I peed on the living room carpet. That don't make sense. So that which you invest in is, to some extent, a signal of what you actually love. Am I right? Tell me if you agree. Tell me if you're following. Tell me if this makes sense.
I'm not
right?
following.
So when you say I'm a divester, I'm like, divesting from what? If you say I'm divesting from Black men or I'm divesting from Black women, then in my mind, I don't even know. I'm like, well, to me, you're not a Black person. Right? Just go join the Klan. Like that would they'll accept you, I'm sure.
Okay, yeah, just go join the Klan, child. They just might.
Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, the point of the matter though is to say, so now here's the thing though. The other part of the soft life movement that I don't disagree with at all is there is kind of an awakening there. There's an element of truth to everything. So one element of truth in the soft life movement, which tends to be led mostly by women, is that they're kind of like, I want to have a easy life. Okay? I don't want struggle love. I don't want to have to stress and strain to be able to pay for stuff. I want to be happy. I want to be comfortable. And I don't have a big problem with that, actually, because
I have a problem when people think that other people are supposed to take care of them. That is no different than thinking that the government is supposed to take care of you. It's the equivalent of saying that you should have free stuff. So yeah, of course, we know about hypergamy, but if it is not working, you just want to say, oh, well, y'all are just crust, dust, must, and rust, and then going over here. And then the shit don't be working out most of the time, meaning they be lying about what's really going on. Not all the time, but enough of the time. I'm not talking about regular interracial people, child. I'm not talking about them at all. I know people who are interracially married, they're normal. I'm talking about the abnormals, talking about divesting and the soft life and hard wig soft life and all that. Dumb crazies, the dummism of that shit, which I'm hoping that's what he's talking about. But he's so damn run on sentence talking child. Get to the point. HMG in a building. He said, why show up to see? Goodbye, sir. Boyce. Hey, auntie, we're not, y'all are not going to do this today, okay? Shout out to you, boo. Shout out to all of y'all. Come on, child, because I ain't got too much for you.
There's a lady. I forgot her name. I met her one time. I can't remember her name, and I don't remember the name. I think her book, Terry Williams. There it goes. Very nice lady. I haven't seen her for 15 years. She's a very nice lady. She wrote a book called Black Pain. And she talks about the silent suffering of millions of Black women who are depressed clinically, but they don't know they're depressed because you've been such a strong Black woman your whole life that you're functionally depressed. You're able to just keep it going. Even
now we're functionally depressed. If you're the smartest though and the most educated, shouldn't you know to get some help?
I can't remember her name, and I don't remember the name. I think her book, Terry Williams. There goes. Very nice lady. I haven't seen her for 15 years. She's a very nice lady. She wrote a book called Black Pain. And she talks about the silent suffering of millions of Black women who
the silent suffering. Ain't none of them silent.
Who are depressed clinically, but they don't know they're depressed because
depressed clinically, but they don't know that they're depressed because they're such strong women.
You've been such a strong Black woman your whole life that you're functionally depressed. You're able to just keep it going, even if you're you're on the verge of a nervous breakdown, but you ain't got time.
You're on the verge of a nervous breakdown, but you can't break down because you ain't got time because you're struggling. What?
They have a nervous breakdown because you gotta get to work for your boss. You gotta do XYZ for the church. You gotta do this for your man. You gotta do this for the kids, and that's not healthy.
You mean living life? Oh my God, it's such a struggle. How can I do this? Mentally, clinically depressed, but I can't have the breakdown because I gotta go to work and go to church. Goodbye. Oh my God, these are smart people. These are supposed to be smart people. I'm really clinically depressed. Y'all, if you didn't know I'm clinically depressed, I just don't know it and I don't have time because I'm waiting for the people to call me about my car, okay? Then I gotta worry about my mouth because of the dental. Then I gotta worry about, I haven't been able to go to the gym because I don't wanna mess up my mouth because I don't wanna mess up the root canal and get what is it called, child? A hot pocket? That's not what it's called. You know, dry socket. I'm so stressed. Oh my God, I gotta make dinner tonight. Oh my, I gotta fold the clothes. I'm clinically depressed. I gotta fold the clothes. Child, I have not had my nervous breakdown because the clothes continue to not be folded. Shout out to me. That's the reason why. Oh, and I gotta come here for y'all. I gotta come here and entertain y'all because we got a leer. Shout out to boys for letting us know that a lot of Black women are clinically depressed, according to Terry McMillan or whatever her name is. And we don't have time to have the breakdown because we have so much to do. We got to go to work. Take care of the kids. Cook. Oh my God. Wash clothes. Say it ain't so. Nigga, are you kidding me right now? So you have to live your life? I am exhausted. I'm thoroughly exhausted. I can't take it. I can't take it. HMG, thank you. Thank you. He said he spoke for 5 minutes now and said nothing. Child, it's actually been about 10 minutes. He said nothing. All he does is ramble. Finally get to say something. It don't make no GD sense. Oh, Black women, you know, they're suffering. They're all clinically depressed and they don't even know it because they gotta live life. Ain't even like he said, dealing with a dramatic and traumatic disease, caring for, you know, someone that's suffering from blah, 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 blah. Nah, child, gotta get up and gotta cook and gotta wake up and go to work and gotta take care of kids. Oh my God. The horror of it all. Child, I can't. Y'all. Shout out to my fave. He said, I think folding clothes would make messy depression. Exactly. This is why I haven't had a nervous breakdown, is because the clothes are still there. That's what's keeping me sane, okay? This is the excuse that I needed. Y'all, these people, I cannot. This is crazy.
Actually, there's research that shows that women die younger because of that. Part of it is because if you do the go look it up. Women's bodies chemically are not designed to withstand high levels of stress and cortisol the way a man's body can. I'm not saying women can't do amazing things. My God, y'all can give birth to children. Like, I can't do that. I would die. But really.
Well, child, that should be put up. The most traumatic thing I've ever done in my life is have a child. 2. One vaginally and one by way of C-section. Trauma. How the hell did I make it this long? How in the hell did I make it this long? Exactly, girl. He ain't say where now, did he? He ain't say where now, did he? And he the smart one, allegedly.
Really, but there's other types of stress and strain, like constant fighting, constant aggressive situations, constantly in a competitive mode, survival mode, that literally kills women. It causes them to die early from cancer.
Now you're gonna die early.
Birth to children, like I can't do that. I would die. But really, but there's other types of stress and strain, like constant fighting, constant aggressive situations.
Constant fighting, constant aggressive situations, and then yet they won't stop with the aggressive situations and the fighting.
Constantly in a competitive mode, survival mode.
In competitive mode and survival mode. Who they competing with? I ain't competing with nobody. Who y'all competing with? Oh, y'all sassy straights. They competing with y'all sassy straights. Well, you know what, boys? They could just stop competing and just live and be normal. I guess that's just not a thing, right? Just forget all that. Do I need to get that picture? Hold on, let me just get it and see if I need it later. I don't know if I'm cutting this out because he really ain't singing shit, but go on, child.
That literally kills women. It causes them to die early from cancer and stuff like that. And
so it literally kills women early and they die from cancer.
So really, I think that there's something to be said about wanting the soft life for yourself. In fact, that's why I talk about investing, is because I think every Black person should have access to some version of the soft life. Now, words like being spoiled and stuff like that, I'm iffy on that, just because I think about what spoiled means. I'm like, well, if I eat turkey, I don't want to eat spoiled turkey. Like, who wants to eat spoiled? Anybody want to eat? I got some spoiled eggs. Anybody want some spoiled? I got some spoiled rotten eggs over here.
People listen to this man every day. Why?
I want these eggs were spoiled rotten. I want them to live the soft life, so I spoiled the eggs, and they stink and they're green with mold on. Anybody want these spoiled eggs? No. So I think that term spoiled has to be used carefully, right?
Well, at least he got his teeth together.
When somebody says somebody's spoiled rotten, or like I don't even know if I want to marry a woman whose daddy spoiled her rotten, because she's gonna be a rotten person, right? How about she has healthy self-esteem, good standards, good boundaries, and also is willing to give as much as she asks to receive, right? She's not just sitting back waiting for the world to spoil her. She understands reciprocity in an ecosystem. The ecosystems operate and function properly, whether you're talking about an economy or a community. They function properly when we all give as much as we receive, right? Work hard, play hard. Like yeah, I'm going to struggle for you, but I also would like for you to be willing to struggle for me. I'm going to give to you, you give to me. How about that? That's what makes the economy of love work. That's what makes an economic situation work, is when everybody's giving and receiving. And so for example, we help white people live the soft life. Black people do, because we endure struggle, love, economics with the
I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, y'all. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. Are you fucking kidding me, sir?
Makes the economy of love work. That's what makes an economic situation work, is when everybody's giving and receiving. And so for example, we help white people live the soft life. Black people do, because
Black people help white people live the soft life.
We endure struggle, love, economics with the white community. So let me say it again. You endure struggle, love, with the broader economy, where you get up and go to work every day. You spend till you can't spend no more. You are under constant financial stress. You are raised to go paycheck to paycheck, deep in debt, and give, and then they get spoiled rotten. The Donald Trumps of the world get to sit back with Barron and have $100 million in the bank, $100 billion in the bank. I'm sorry, I forgot it's not millions for peasants, and it's because they get spoiled, right? So really,
Thanks for the tip.
I'm about to shut this shit down. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't take you colors. I cannot take you colors. I cannot take you pro-blacks. Hold on. Let's back it on up. Because, child, you colors. Oh shit! Oh my stomach! Oh my God! Hold on! Shit!
Slaves built the pyramids. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. This is your song, thank you.
And we're done. We're finished.
I gotta dial that back. Then we done with him, because I tried, okay? HMG, I appreciate you, boo. He said Cam for president 2028 with Moist Lamkins as her running mate. You colors better vote for them to prove you're a pro-community. I say yes. I say yes. There's people that listen to this. They probably was like, yeah, tell them. Yeah, Boise. What the fuck? Y'all, these people don't be listening. People cannot possibly be listening. They can't. HMG, thank you, boo. So what are you saying? Where is this going? It's going to affect it. The Lord is helping me not to cuss. This is where it's going.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist. Racist!
That's where it's going. Let's hear this again.
That's what makes the economy of love work. That's what makes an economic situation work, is when everybody's giving and receiving. And so for example, we help white people live the soft life Black people do, because we endure struggle love economics with the white community. So let me say it again.
Struggle love economics with the white community. Someone let me know what the hell that means. What the hell does that even mean? Bueller, anybody?
You endure struggle love with the broader economy, where you get up and go to work every day.
You only Blacks get up and go to work every day.
Spend till you can't spend no more.
You spend till you can't spend anymore. Do you think Boise might say, yeah, you need to stop spending everything that you make, stop spending all your money? Like Orlando says, budget, know where your money is going, save your money, save your expenses, stop taking everything and spending it, stop taking your huge tax refund and just spending it, save it, put it towards bills, cut down on going out, cut down on things that you don't need, stop going and getting all the things that you want. Maybe that's the problem, Boise. What the hell does that have to do with white people? Because, child, every time I go to an event, excuse me, because I'll be starting to go to like Caribbean festivals, because that's going to start because it's getting warmer. And when I go, the only thing that the Black people, not the only thing, they got a lot of stuff, but they'll have stuff. Should I not buy it? They'll have oils, they'll have garb, they'll have food, they'll have hats, they'll have those cups that everybody has with different things on them. So I shouldn't participate in that because it's the Black people and that's the community, and I don't need any of it at the end of the day, but I want to support. But I guess that's okay though. So when they out here taking that tax money and going on vacation and fighting in the daggone airport at Spirit Airlines, you want to talk to them, Boise? Nothing to say? This is definitely the victim Olympics for sure. And then to bring Trump into it, you're absolutely right, child. This is crazy.
You are under constant financial stress. You
are under constant financial stress because of white people, Black people. Let me say it again. You are under constant stress because of white people, Black people. Okay? Boise said it, we be leering.
Is to go paycheck to paycheck, deep in debt, and
paycheck to paycheck, deep in debt. How many years have we been talking about, not even us, how many years have people been talking about not living paycheck to paycheck and being in debt? Bueller? How many years have people been talking about not living paycheck to paycheck and to not be in debt? Bueller? Let's just go ahead and just take it back to 2008 after the crash. And yet, y'all just spent $1 trillion on Valentine's Day, $1 trillion on Christmas, and however much on freaking Thanksgiving. In 2026 and 2025 and 2026. So nobody's listening, but it's the Black people that are taking care of this struggle love for white people.
And give, and then they get spoiled rotten. The Donald Trumps of the world get to sit back with Barron and have $100 million in the bank, $100 billion.
Now Donald Trump is responsible, and he got millions of dollars, because it's always good for a Black to bring up Donald Trump to get y'all all riled up so you can follow and listen to them, even though what he's saying makes no sense. Trump ain't got shit to do with it. Barron definitely ain't got nothing to do with it. But let's make sure we bring their names up.
Billion in the bank. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's not million and millions for peasants.
Yes, he's a peasant. That's why he said that. Pay attention. Not millions. No, not millions, because he's a millionaire. He's got millions. So that's why, oh, no, not us peasants. Did they hear that when they was listening to this bullshit? So where y'all at? Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. So where y'all at that listen to this damn man? Where y'all at? So now he's gonna fault Donald Trump for being a billionaire, but he's a millionaire and ain't gonna say nothing to y'all about him being a millionaire, even though he low-key bragging the fact that he a millionaire. Between him and his wife, I know they probably millionaires. I'm gonna go out on a limb and firmly say that they are millionaires. Just like those other people, because he's really up here regardless of if he's in a fraternity or not. He up here telling y'all what to do, saying the simple ass shit right now that don't make no damn sense. But he quickly changed that millionaire because that would include him. That would include him real quick. What comes after million? Is it billion? What kind is it? Well, he probably ain't gonna make it there, but I'm sure between him and his wife, they probably a couple $1 million heirs, okay? So let's not say millionaires, let's say billionaires so we can talk about Donald Trump, because y'all don't want y'all to talk about me. Child.
And it's because they get spoiled.
He's not spoiled. Him and his wife are not spoiled, but the white people are spoiled by the black people because black people get up and go to work every day and buy shit.
Right. So really, love is a funny thing in that way. Economic love definitely means I'm giving and I'm taking. And so
economic love.
So the whole soft life movement on one hand makes a little bit of sense in the sense that, yeah.
All right, I'm done with him. I tried to give him a chance. No. Moving on. Half damn crazy. All right, it's time for y'all to be upset now. Sorry for your luck. I haven't listened to this, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a mess. I just listened to a few minutes. So Dr. Cecilia Regina, who's 32.8 on the tube, marriage can be REDRUM'D. The silence around violence against Black women. Oh, not more violence, child. This is an epidemic.
With yesterday's mass casualty event in Shreveport, Louisiana, where it is now confirmed that Shamar Elkins offed 7 of his own children, another child, and attempted to unalive 2 women, including his wife, it is time to be honest about some unpleasant truths. I'm going to attach a video I made 3 years ago at the end of this post discussing how BM are often family annihilators. They just don't get classified that way. Earlier in April, a lot of the demographics were trying to use the unfortunate unaliving of Ashley Janae as a gotcha moment because it appears to all that she was unalived by her white fiancé. But that line of argument is never going to work because Black women have the highest homicide rates in the nation, and 90 to 95% of them are unalived by Black men.
Black women have the highest homicide rate, okay? And 95% of the time is you, Sassy Streets. All right, girl, go. This is a doctor. Did I say it was a doctor, right, doctor? Yes, Dr. Cecilia, but I'm a doctor, so that might not mean anything. Anyway. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. Very generous of you. He said, I promised Dallas I'd donate 10. If he mentioned Trump, I'd donate 10. Did Moise provide his wife the soft life, or did she provide, did she provide him the soft life? Listen to this fake pro community babble daily. Listen, there's people that listen to this man on a daily basis. This is crazy. And they probably just take it for what it is. Kay, I'm going to bring up, some stats in a moment. Just let's get through this. This is ridiculous.
We saw it yesterday with Elkins. He started his spree by, popping a woman directly in the face and went on to try to unalive his current wife and several of his own daughters. But I've been telling you all that for years. When men warn you about another group of men, they're telling you something they want to do or they have done. And I discuss this further in my book. They're not warning you against other men because they want to protect you or because they're concerned about your safety. They're angry somebody may get to use and harm you first. And sadly,
they're angry that someone else may get to use and harm you first. Wow. Some angry Black women around here.
One of the reasons their Ashley Janae argument almost immediately fell apart was in a 2-week span, multiple high-profile Black women were unalived by their Black male partners publicly. The former Lieutenant Governor of Virginia, Justin Fairfax, unalived his wife, Dr. Serena Windsor, and we'll have a lot more on that later because the way this case was handled in the media to begin with, it shows a pattern of trying to absolve Black men of their crimes, or at least mitigate the violence. So it's not that
y'all get absolved of y'all's crimes, you sassy straights.
The violence against you doesn't happen at the hands of Black men, it's that it gets swept under the rug.
Oh, another one where I don't believe it's mental illness too.
And nobody wants to deal with the reality of it. For years, Black people have tried to call out, the idea of those lone wolf school pew-pewers, like having mental health problems. But the minute a Black man gets in trouble, y'all trot out that same kind of analysis.
Can I just pause her for a second because she on a roll, right? Who be out here cutting for the same people that they complaining about, Bueller? Because as a independent in the middle party looking at all of this, who be out here advocating to say, it's not fair, it's a racist, the law needs to change, defund defund the police, all black men. Hashtag say his name. Hashtag say her name. Who? I'm an owl right now. Who? So y'all participating in your own demise then. That's what I'm hearing. So y'all who is in charge? Who is the backbone of the Democratic Party? Who out here saying, we need a law for this, we need a law for that, we need to change this? I know it's y'all. So y'all participating. See, this is what I'm talking about, the hypocrisy and the not thinking. Y'all are 92% of the reason why that the laws are that no one can be held accountable right now, because it's racist. Y'all created this shit. Y'all pushed for this shit. Again, I remember with that that situation with the guy in New York that Jay-Z got a movie for or something, that was in jail for a while. And rest in peace to that dude, because I don't believe he did what they said he would do, right? And they said, this is not right. He shouldn't have to stay in jail. Bail is bullshit. It's racist. Say I'm lying. Bail is racist. We're not taken care of. They always make ours different. Blah, 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 blah. And got that shit changed in so many places that you now don't even need to have anything in order to get out. And then what happens? Something happens to somebody and they say, how did this happen? How did this happen? He should have been in jail. No, y'all said that it's racist to be held in jail while you're waiting for trial, and you can't afford it because black people can't afford anything. And according to Boyce, it's because Donald Trump owns everything and he got billions of dollars, not millions of dollars, billions of dollars. So it's his fault. So I'm a little bit confused right the fuck now. How now all of a sudden, what happened? What happened? Y'all happened. Y'all did this shit. We gotta combat the crime bill. Remember that crime bill that allegedly mass incarcerated black men? It's not fair. It's racist too. And yet, y'all made sure that the freaking creator of it got put into damn office as the damn president. And what did that nigga give y'all? As y'all push, what did y'all get? Now, I'm not talking about those that put him in office because they got jobs, they got money, they got placement. But the rest of y'all that follow these same people, what did y'all get? Juneteenth, shout out to a day off. I'll take it. But what did y'all get? Not a damn thing. Oh yeah, you got defunded police and now you mad that they don't come. Now you mad that they don't show up. But then you said that they racist and they don't like black people. So which one is it? Do they or don't they? Do they or don't? Do you want them or don't you want them? Now lest we not forget, as we see all these press conferences, who's in the background, typically mostly black people, right? You got your black mayors, you got your black people in government, you got your black people in the in the police department. And what happens once you get in there? I don't see y'all helping no black people. All I do is see y'all complaining, buying $165,000 cars, out here saying that you're gonna help migrants, and y'all still ain't getting no help. Y'all still allowing it to be. Y'all still fighting for people on the strength of Donald Trump is racist, which bears no difference in your life at the end of the day. But y'all out here fighting for the same people that those same black people are making sure get taken care of, and not your asses. And then they get put in y'all's neighborhoods. Then y'all try to act like it's a problem because they over here doing this and doing that. No, y'all are fighting for them to stay. Don't forget, you're fighting for them to stay. You do shit all the time that's against your own interest. You don't want to listen to nobody except for those ones that don't give a shit about you. They just want you to fucking follow them. And that's why they are now lashing out. Y'all still don't want to hear it. Y'all still want to support them. Support them. Support them. Okay? But please understand and know that the reason why there's all these lenient judges that's letting all these people out, because then y'all say, who let him out? You gotta hold the judge accountable. How come he was out? Why he out? Because remember, remember, y'all said it's racist to be held in jail. Y'all said it's racist to have bail bonds or have to have bail. Y'all said everything is racist. So then you get what you want. Now you're still mad. Because you don't think first. You act first. You don't even think later, as far as I'm concerned. You don't think about downstream impacts. You don't think about how shit is going to affect people. All you think about is your selfish ass selves, because you're too busy wanting to tell somebody else what to do. Because I'm in charge. Because I'm a black woman. Boise said, y'all suffering. Not me. Y'all got a hard time. You got all this stress and all this stuff is taking a toll on you. You so busy. You got so much going on that you can't even have your nervous breakdown. Which I think y'all having, enough of y'all having a nervous breakdown. And we see it by way of you thinking that you're getting something done that don't even work out well. And then all of a sudden, when something happens to you, because clearly something has to happen to you personally in order for you to understand that what it is that you're looking for never made any sense to begin with. You can't be sitting around here thinking that lawlessness is okay and that just because they're black, then nothing can get done. Because just like with children, if you raised your children and you actually participated in their lives and you actually disciplined them and you actually educated them and you actually talk to them and work with them, if you don't hold your children accountable, if you don't implement rules, if you don't tell them the difference between right and wrong, if you don't do whatever needs to be done disciplinary and wise when they do something wrong and talk to them and teach them the reasons why, then they're just going to grow up and be pains in the asses that are going to go out here and do the dumb shit that we see these gremlins doing. Well, the same thing is the same for adults. If you allow adults to get away with something once, they're going to do it again. If you let a kid get away with something once, they're going to do it again and again and again and again. It is the same damn thing. You can act like you don't know, and maybe you don't know, but child, for being the most educated child, y'all seem very dumbish. Y'all seem very dumbish. It is common fucking sense. If you allow something that's leaking to continue to leak, you're going to have a flood and things are going to get ruined. Imagine if you cut it off at the first leak, just like with Jamie telling Ya that it's so hard to get out of a DV relationship. And you know what? It probably is if you're sitting in one for forever. Jamie should have been telling y'all at the first slap smack, get the fuck out and be gone. That would just make too much sense. But y'all, she care about y'all, right? Because she black. She say she like blacks. Because she say Donald Trump is racist. Y'all fall for the shit. Anyway, did I read this? Excuse me. Shout out to HMG. I appreciate you, hon. I promised Dallas. Oh, no, I did read that. Thank you, boo. Shout out to another two. He said, Auntie Dallas and I are requesting Trump bad sound. Trump bad.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist!
That all just has to go together. That all just has to go together, period. Thank you, boo. No consequences. Thank you. That's really what it is. So y'all don't want any consequences for anything. And then you're being attacked or somebody's being attacked and it's just supposed to be okay. It's just supposed to be, this is wrong. You're never going to hear me say that it is okay for someone to take somebody on up out of here. All these situations going on are wrong. And nothing has been proven with regard to Ashley. Nothing has been proven. But take up for her, child. Just continue to take up for her. And I don't believe that she self-deleted. I don't believe that she self-deleted. But then to take that situation and to try to drag in someone else, that's the part that I don't agree with. But you know they're going to do what they're going to do. So that's fine. Do it. But black men have been doing the same thing, saying, oh, but black women, which is the same difference of, but white people do it too. But white people do it too. They're just saying, well, black women do it too. So now that's what everybody is saying. So go back and forth now. Ain't going to resolve shit. Shit going to continue to happen. No one's going to change anything. And child, somebody's supposed to say that this is supposed to be some community that can be saved. Nah, RBN is right. Not like this, when no one wants to listen to anybody that has any fucking type of common fucking sense and reasoning. Like, how much sense does it make? These things are happening right the fuck now. Houston, there is a problem. Again, Dennis Sperling talked about it. People came for him. He's absolutely right. It's mostly men that commit REDRUM'D. That is the fact. I'm not saying black or white. It's mostly men. It's true. We're going to look at some stats, though. We're going to look at some stats. Thank you, boo. He said this video, I'm going to tell you. You heard what I said because I'm going to tell you because Trump is... That's a different video.
I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you.
If that's what you meant, there you go, boo. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Come on, chat.
Martin is under fire right now because he did a whole piece on, black men's mental health in the wake of this man murdering his wife rather than dealing with the fact he was just a violent, evil person. But we'll get there. The vice mayor of Coral Springs, Nancy Mateer Bowen, was unalived.
Yeah, this lady too. I didn't even get to this lady, child. I think, Florida. Yeah.
By her own husband, Stephen Bowen. This case highlights the dangers of marrying down. Barbara Deere was unalived by her own 23-year-old son. She was a speech pathologist and an advocate for children in Chicago schools. This highlights what I'm always telling you about now, these sons being family annihilators, how they will often...
I mean, listen. So she's just going to say, she must be a divester, obviously. So she's basically saying any black man, because white people don't delete people, I guess, child. But see, it's still white against black. The Indians and the Asians sitting there saying, child, just keep buying our shit. Just keep buying our shit while y'all fighting.
Off the women who they live with, a grandmother, an aunt, a mother, whoever is giving them house room. Ashanti Allen was unalived by the father of her child. She was 8 months pregnant. And this highlights what I'm always telling you about pregnancy being the most dangerous time for women. All
this is true. I did see this one.
Women are most likely to die by homicide than any other event while pregnant. But black women are 8 times more likely versus twice as likely for other women to be unalived while they are pregnant. Esther Toussaint was unalived by her husband, Mr. Toussaint, in another...
I ain't hear about this one. The Toussaints.
Murder-suicide. She wanted to leave him. We've discussed this ad nauseum, how dangerous men get. Most of these cases, it was precipitated by the wife wanting a divorce. Dr. Fairfax, Mrs. Elkins, in the first one where this man unalived 7 of his own children, Ashanti Allen. And finally, after preaching on Easter Sunday, Pastor Tammy McCullum was unalived by her own husband. So to start with, I'm going to say whatever I want, and if you don't like it, you can keep on scrolling. I'm not going to be sugarcoating anything or holding anybody's hand because, like I said, I've been talking about this phenomenon for literal years. And people act like this is a new thing. Oh my God, they can't believe so many black women have been murdered in the past month or 2 months. I told you all, 2025, last year, was the year of consequences. And I told you 2026 was the year of no more plausible deniability. That means you're not going to be able to hide your head in the sand. You're not going to be able to say, oh, I just can't believe, I'm so surprised. It's going to be in your face. There's no more room for playing around. Literally.
There isn't any more room for playing around because everyone's doing whatever the hell it is that they want because excuses are being made. Excuses are being made and have been made with what I just said before, where no one black can be held accountable. Now, I'm sure I will get that. You hate your own. You're a white supremacist. I'm a common sense. If you commit a fucking crime, you should be held accountable. That's it. That's all. I don't know where that went by the way fucking side. But if you don't hold consequences and hold people accountable, then they're going to continue to do things and make it worse and worse and worse. But I guess that's acceptable, again, until it affects you personally. No, across the damn board now. But the rules and the laws that are in place, especially in these democratic cities, are from black people, from the Democrats that wanted it that way. That's what y'all asked for. I remember it like it was yesterday, and I'm just like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Anyway, shout out to HMG for becoming a member. I appreciate you, boo. You definitely sponsored the stream today. I'll update the banner in a second. Thank you so much for your support. Shout out to you and all the channel members. Appreciate y'all's support. Please make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. And child, if you're on the sidelines not in this chat, then you missing half of the damn show because child, this is the best chat on YouTube. They are half damn crazy all the damn time.
Every single one of these cases touches on something I have been warning about for years. So let's start with Fairfax. That has gotten a lot of attention, but it hasn't gotten a lot of the right attention. The former lieutenant governor unalived his estranged wife who was currently trying to divorce him. A little background. Fairfax was lieutenant governor of Virginia several years ago. The actual governor, a white man, got into some political trouble. It appeared he was going to have to resign and that Fairfax would either automatically become governor or if the resignation took long enough, he was going to be in the mix in the next cycle to be governor, at which point 2 young women came forward and accused him of sexual assault. 2 different women from 2 different time periods. And Fairfax claimed it was all a big scam. It was a hoax. They were trying to keep a good brother down. A lot of people have said, oh, if you had believed those women, then this would have happened to Fairfax, Dr. Serena Fairfax. I have a few things to say on that subject. First of all, whenever a black man gets in trouble, especially like an educated one or a famous one, y'all want to invent any conspiracy to believe in rather than the truth. We saw it with Bill Cosby. We saw it with Diddy. I mean, he was caught on camera beating the hell out of Cassie, and y'all still want to believe in a conspiracy rather than the truth. Black people, and I can say this because I am one, often have a very false moral superiority. And that's, like I said, when there's a white unaliver, a white mass casualty event, they say, oh my God, y'all should have kept on top of those children. And the reason they were in their room plotting against you and, getting the pew-pews and creating the pipe, what, is because you weren't doing what you were supposed to do. And there was nothing wrong with that boy's mental health. You're just making excuses. But when it comes time for a Black man to be credibly accused or...
She's right. What she's saying is absolutely right. So this is what I'm seeing. This is why I'm saying I'm seeing these think pieces talking about, but Black women do it too. And I'm just like, well, wait a freaking minute. Like it's happening. We're seeing this happen. We're seeing this shit happen right now. This man, I don't give a damn about his essay allegations. I don't give a damn that his freaking wife wanted to divorce him. I don't give a damn that he was a damn alcoholic. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. So do we really believe that Justin Fairfax couldn't have went to somebody, his fraternity, his boule people and said, child, I need some help, and they would not have helped him? Well, what the hell are y'all for if y'all wasn't going to help Justy? If y'all wasn't going to help Justy, then what the hell is he? What are y'all there for? They wasn't concerned. I guess they didn't need him, I guess. So now, he was allegedly on his way to being the next thing. How? Just pretend, right? Child, just pretend. Anyway.
Actually seen on camera committing crimes, you all have every excuse in the world. You do the same thing you accuse white people of doing. You want to cover up these crimes because you don't want to take responsibility as a community. You don't want to deal with what it is.
Now, I don't think most people are not saying that he's not responsible. I don't think so. But what I'm saying is that the think piece is that none of these men not that they weren't wrong. That's not what they're saying. They're just saying, but Black women do it too. And I'm like, that is not a response. That don't make no damn sense. Because y'all be up here, we be up here on this internet talking about women every day. And now it's time to talk about what's going on with these people. And now is, but Black women do it too? Thank you, Boo. Auntie, at some point in the stream, she has created the tether. Humbly request the Muskie Tether national anthem, please. I got you. Y'all so silly. What is going on in the chat? I can't even keep up.
It says about you as a people. Observe, Roland Martin, a 20-something plus veteran of journalism, put this BS out here.
I saw the news that it was a murder-suicide. According to media reports, as they were going through this divorce and custody battle, he lost custody of his children and was being ordered to move out. Posted about how she often talked with Justin Fairfax, and she talked about depression, what he was going through. I
wanted to just hop on and make a short statement. First and foremost, I am heartbroken and devastated for the Fairfax children. I thought the statement put out by DeMatha High School, which is a high school that Justin attended, it's a Catholic high school here in this region, was a good one. And that was the Justin we all knew. The guy full of hope and promise and gifts and possibilities for his future. All of that changed in 2019 when Justin was lieutenant governor. The second thing I want to say is Serena Fairfax, anyone who knew her knew she was an amazing woman. Kind, good, a great dentist, faithful to her patients and her community, and faithful and loyal to her husband at the most difficult and dark moment ever for their marriage and for their family when these allegations about Justin came out in 2019 when he was serving as Virginia's lieutenant governor.
So Roland Martin not only starts his broadcast with that, he goes on to make the whole thing an absolution special, all about why none of this was Justin's fault. And it's no coincidence he started with a Black woman.
I think we kind of seen that though. When we read it last night, what he put up, I didn't, I guess I don't be paying him no mind. But it wouldn't surprise me that he said some stupid ass words when he put up that stupid ass post that was all about him. Wow. I'm for coming for Rolly because he's full of shit. He's absolutely full of shit. Self-serving. And she's right. He's supposed to be some great journalist, but he's making sure that he stayed cool and close to his D9er, but didn't go over there to help his ass when he allegedly needed some help. Because now they want to say that he had mental health. Well, I guess by Boyce's standards, if, Black women are going through this because they got to get up, they got to go to work, they got to make the donuts, they got to make the dinner and stuff like that, they are one, step away from a breakdown. So by that logic, I guess Justin was one step away from a breakdown too, because he had to get divorced, he had to find some money, he had to drink for the day, he had to pay for the tuition. That's how dumb Boyce sounds, in my opinion. That dumbass shit. I'm still just like, what the hell are you talking? These are smart people, yeah. Allegedly, these are the smart people. Shout out to Wayne Lunday. Thank you so much, hon. He said, don't blame me for Justin deleting his wife. Blame Justin, his wife, and the judge who gave her his fortunes. Blame your mama before you blame black men. All will be well. That's what she's saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the black men here on the tube are blaming black women, saying that they delete more, which I think is a dumb conversation. Address the conversation on what's going on. No, it's Justin's fault for what Justin did, just like it's that Shreveport 8 dude's fault for what he did. These people don't get absolved. These people do not get absolved. Again, I don't give a damn what any woman said, just like that woman over there with Corey Holcomb. Oh, but what did she say? I don't give a shit what she said. I don't give a shit what she said. He wasn't supposed to put his hands on her. Like where sometimes people seem to be missing, not you, Wayne, but where sometimes people missing the point of when are we going to say you don't put your hands on people, and you definitely got to stop taking people out just because of whatever the reason. So when I said the other day or last week, people can be divorced, y'all. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's something different when we listen to these bitches on TikTok that's like, oh, I love my husband, and now I don't have this money. That's something different. That's something different. I don't think that people who feel like they don't need to be together should be together, not forcibly or any other way. They got to get out, get out. No one is required to be with anyone if they don't have to be. That's it. So this thing of what happened back in the 40s and the 50s, child, this is 2026 going into 2027, soon damn enough. And that's just not how the shit work. So if somebody want to be divorced, be divorced. If they didn't want to come and cry about it, we'll talk about them, okay? But it's a damn sight better than this shit right here. This is freaking ridiculous. Shout out to HMG. Thank you, boo. Shout out to Wayne Lundy. 10th Mountain. I was 101st Airborne Army. Shout out to the veteran support Nanti because she's a black woman. Shout out to all the veterans except for the dude from the Shreveport 8. I will never say that he should deserve anything except for hell. Lord forgive me, but I mean that shit. Anyway, come on, Hef.
Who else could he start with? Who else's words could he use to absolve this man of the killing of a black woman other than a black woman? Please do not be a fool, because you will be puppeted. You will be the face of this inexcusable conduct. No matter how good your intentions might be. Don't you see how Serena's own words and actions were used against her to justify her murder at the hands of her husband? Oh, she stood him during the darkest part of their marriage. I'm old-fashioned, maybe, but I would think the darkest point of her marriage would be the part where he unalived her. Call me crazy. But
is that what he said? She stood by him during the darkest part of the marriage. Excuse me, I must have missed that part. I'm assuming he must be meaning like during the essay allegations, but he don't mention that. So Rolly over here protecting his brother. He don't mention the essay allegations. He's just like, oh, the darkest part of the marriage. Now say that shit. Now say that shit. No, you don't want to say that shit? All right.
Argument is, oh, he was falsely accused because see, she stood by him, and it was just the horror of being hunted and being falsely accused that drove him to do this. Let me see what you're saying. You're saying when he was accused of being violent towards women, it was a lie. It was all a big conspiracy. And he was so desperate to prove his innocence that he killed his wife.
No, I hope that's not what Rolly is saying. I don't know if that's what Rolly is saying, but they most certainly are glossing over the fact that he was an alcoholic too. So maybe he was an alcoholic because of the allegations, but he was all wonderful allegedly until again. I don't know this man. I've never heard this man before until this shit happened. So I'm not well versed. If you're in Virginia and you know, let me know. But as far as I'm concerned, he was great as Virginia lieutenant governor, and then he had these allegations, 2 essay allegations. All right. He wasn't convicted or nothing or whatever, but clearly that made him an alcoholic after that, allegedly. So if he wasn't doing nothing wrong, why are you becoming an alcoholic? They said he was up and coming still, even with the midst of alcoholism, 2 essay allegations, and then the divorce, which they said people knew about. He was still on the up and coming. He the problem. He definitely the damn problem. And again, you're never going to get me to say that it's okay to take somebody on up out of here. Leave, be gone, divorce, break up, whatever. It makes more sense than anything here. Thank you, boo. He said, I served with y'all during OIF, though OIF 2.5. Oh, through OIF 2.5. I think y'all jumped in with 173 Airborne Division when we were stationed in Vicenza, Italy. Ooh, salute, brother. Shout out to Italy. One of these days, I want to make it to Italy. One of these days, okay? Shout out to the veterans. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Reaper. Shout out to the vets. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Thank you for the clarification. Operation Iraqi Freedom. Gotcha. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate you.
So he fought the charge of lesser violence against women, sexual assault, by creating a greater charge, of murder towards a woman who had been nothing but kind and supportive to him. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. It sounds like a man who was caught being violent against women no longer had the greater range of expression because he didn't have power in the world anymore. So then he turned his ire against the one woman.
He definitely still had power. He definitely still had power, but he broke. He must have been listening to Boy's Child. Drega, appreciate you, hun. He said just overstimulation and his frontal lobe. It could have been that. According to Boise Child. All right, I gotta move this forward because I can't sit here and listen to all this. Let's see what this. Is this what another Roly person?
I think any clinical psychologist is able to see that he had all of the markers for all the risk factors that you don't want to have. All right, so let's make it specific for Justin. All right, so we call this the fallen high status black man. All right, phenomenon. So
Oh no, I know where she's going with this. No, fuck that. Oh, so y'all saw it and y'all didn't do anything? Is that what they trying to say? This is what I'm talking about. So now we want a Monday morning quarterback and say, oh, we knew. Oh, yeah, this is the classic. And y'all didn't do shit, black people, black men, boule. Because he's on Rolly's show. So you probably boule too. You probably boule too. You think he bringing non-boule people on here?
Thanks for the tip. Think about who he was, a public figure who lost it all. The pending divorce, the pending loss of his children, what that looks like for his political career, right? We have the alcoholism, the daily alcohol use. We have the buying of the gun. We have the political demise. If we're into his world, this is a lot for anyone to handle. And when you're a public figure, it makes it.
Good fucking bye. This is the same excuse that, what's his name just made on the other video. This is the same excuse that nigga just made on the other video. So let's just absolve this shit. No, fuck that. No. When are adults ever responsible for what the fuck adults do? Never. Black adults, never. It's always a fucking excuse. This is the same difference with the shit about the changes of the laws and shit. The changes, the defund the police shit. No one is accountable for anything, so they just get fucking absolved. I was depressed. I don't give a shit. Get some fucking help. These are smart people. These people are allegedly smart. You ain't being no fucking dentist, doctor, lawyer, whatever the hell this motherfucker is right here, if you don't go to school. But y'all so stupid that you don't, 1, get the help that you need, 2, know who to go fucking talk to, 3, decide that you're gonna confide in your significant other and ask for help, or go to your brother. Why you didn't go to your brother? Because we a brotherhood for life. What the fuck good does it do? I'm not trying to hear this shit. I am not trying to hear this shit. This motherfucker right here. Oh, this the classic songs. Oh, it's the classic songs. It's the classic songs. It's this. But he was still up and coming now, wasn't he? Y'all still wanted him now, didn't you? So I honestly, at the end of the day, it sounds like they really didn't give a fuck about him. It sounds like they really didn't give a fuck about him. You want a Monday morning quarterback now? That's your brother in D9. That's your boule brother, and y'all ain't gonna help him. You telling me that he couldn't reach out to the line brothers? You brothers and sisters for life, y'all? Sorry to go at the D9 right now, but y'all, Rolly talks about this shit all the time. We're gonna talk about it too. D9 for life, right? Because that's who helps each other. Poors, fake poors, they ain't coming to help y'all either. One of these days, you'll realize that. They ain't gonna make no excuse for y'all either, child. Y'all just gonna have to deal with it. They ain't coming to help y'all. Remember, the white governor is the one and his wife and their foundation are the ones that's covering the funeral. And to the motherfucker that said they're probably getting a tax write-off, what difference does that make? The colored community ain't do nothing, no write-off. So help me understand, what difference does that make? If the tax law is the tax law, then it's the tax damn law. But y'all, what the hell do I know?
Even worse. And when we start talking about Black men, there are times in which we feel like we're supposed to just cowboy up, struggle through it, versus say, hey, you know what? This is too much for me to bear.
This is such an insidious kind of argument. I mean, there are so many lies. I'm just going to pick a couple and discuss those. This is how the demographics will try to use their education against you, okay? This man says, oh, you know.
March 30th, a Fairfax County judge ordered Justin Fairfax to move out of the home he shared with his wife and their 2 teenage children by April 30th.
Certainly a traumatic event for those children to live through.
Exactly 2 weeks before that date, police say Fairfax murdered his wife and then killed himself inside that home in Northern Virginia. Inside this custody order written by Judge Timothy McAvoy, extensive details about the state of the couple's marriage. Records show that since leaving the lieutenant governor's office in 2022, Fairfax cloistered himself inside of his home office, used alcohol heavily, and withdrew from his family. The court found Fairfax's wife, Dr. Serena Fairfax, had been the primary caregiver for both children for almost their entire lives and in all respects. She was the planner, scheduler, the caretaker, the cook, the disciplinarian, the primary nurturer. She performed all those roles while also working part-time as a dentist in her own dental practice, and it appeared she was the primary earner at the time. Judge McAvoy credited the children's resilience and early successes in life to their mother's grit.
Another quote comes to mind from Zora Neale Hurston. If you're silent about your pain, the people will...
I guess that's just all lies too. We didn't already heard that too. Thank you, Boo. He said, shout out to Auntie Michonne. One of the many reasons I support her channel is because of her overwhelming support for vets and one of the best chats on YouTube. Shout out to the chat. Thank you so much, Boo. Appreciate you. I got a family of vets. There's no way. My dad, my stepdad, rest in peace to my stepdad. My dad, 40 years, child. And a bunch of uncles. And now my little cousins, a lot of girls are going into the military. My nephew is going into the Navy, graduating school early just so that he could go and serve. But y'all already know that conversation. I'm not trying to get into that. But Lord help your people. This is ridiculous. A lot of excuses. I'm sorry. I agree with what she's saying. It's a lot of excuses. Forbes says
80% of Black mothers are the sole, co, or primary breadwinners of their household. Reiterated in this policy article here. So the vast majority of Black women are the ones bringing the resources to the table of the family, but people are not grateful. They have an entitlement to your resources. Black women have always been told that their money is everybody else's money. So
ain't nobody telling me that. I don't know where you get that shit from. I'll be damned. Anyway, let's move on.
To be the only one in the household working. Ashanti Allen was getting ready to graduate from nursing school.
Why would I be in a home and I'm the only one working unless you are disabled, sick? Why? So the real question is, why do women put up with it? That's the question. I would not. First of all, you're going to already be working when we get together. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Unless you're an independent millionaire, you're going to already be working when we get together, period. Then you're going to continue to work because there's not going to be, I'm going to just quit and you take care of me. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. So really the question is, why do women continue to deal with people that don't work, that ain't got shit, ain't never going to have shit, ain't trying to get shit? That is the real question for this. That is the real question for this. I'm not taking, child, I barely want to take care of them damn kids, but child, I'm not going to take care of a whole ass, grown ass man when he just decided he don't want to do shit. Time for a divorce. Time for a breakup. Time to go. So if you are that desperate for a man and you are willing to take care of a bum, a crust, rust, dust, must, ashy ass bum, then that's a you problem. We done seen that plenty of times. Let's not act like something has changed around her. I hate to keep referencing the one in the ATL that was a whole ass lawyer living in a whole ass gated community dealing with a bum, and gave him access that could have put everyone else in that complex in danger. He took her out on camera with a weapon in the middle of the parking lot and didn't give a damn about you. So the question is, why are y'all so desperate that you're willing to take care of someone? Either you're willing to take care of them and you're doing it with an open heart and mind, or get out, or don't deal to begin with. So no, I'm not trying to hear that. Not at all. Not at all.
Alexander's one of 2 nurses who was unalived by an estranged partner within 1 month in that community. And the whole thing reminds me of the rash of unalivings of young Black women who are
was that the girl?
Graduating from Clark Atlanta as doctors last year or year before last.
Oh, no.
And this is a phenomenon that is so Black specific that I feel like most people don't talk about. When these women are ascending to better and higher, when they're getting promoted at work, or when they are getting, on education, when they become doctors or nurses or lawyers or vice mayors, Congress people, whatever, that is when these men strike because they are jealous. They wait.
Yeah, no, now she's just talking foolishness, child. Just making shit up. That don't even make no damn sense, child. The whole woman in the Justin case was already a damn dentist. Girl, shut up. All right, what she got to say about this? Because listen, I don't know. We really don't know a lot about this too much right now. But I'm going to go out on a limb. And say that the 2 women may not have been okay with the dude going back and forth. Like, not that they didn't know, but that's not necessarily what they wanted, which is why when the one got to marry, she probably felt like she won, allegedly. Okay, because it's always a competition. Okay. So if she thought she won by getting the marriage and then he was still dealing, then maybe that was part of the issue as well. Because you've allowed this to go on. Both of them allowed it to go on for at least 7 years, 6 years. There ain't no winning. You agreed to it. You did it twice. Like, what are we talking about? You got 2 Irish twins, 2 sets of Irish twins. You like it, we love it. So then why would he marry one? They all could have lived together. I mean, I guess maybe it's too many kids in one house. I don't know. But child, if he didn't work for UPS, because somebody said maybe he got laid off, we don't know. Do you think at the end of the day, honestly, let's put our thinking caps on. Do we really think that he was given a lot to either household that would make one be upset over the other? Like, okay, so he married to this one, but child clearly probably still going over to this one. I want to know who was pregnant. That's going to tell everything, in my opinion. According to that man, he said that somebody was pregnant. Did he say the girlfriend? I don't remember. Because if it's the girlfriend, then the odds are it was her. It's not like they didn't know about each other. You still married him. What changed? Nothing. I mean, no shade. We could see what it looked like on the inside. What changed? Nothing. Anyway.
Do it because King Baby is angry. King Baby is not having his way. King Baby did not want all of that love and sukkar and care going to another man. And he wanted to punish you for leaving him. And that's what unaliving the children does. He wanted to punish the women who were involved, and he wanted to punish them through the loss of their children. And also, these men...
I do agree that he wanted to punish her, or else why would he take out all these kids, child? And he wanted her out of here, too. We definitely wanted her out of here with 8 times, if I'm not mistaken. And, well, I think it's now the face and the body. And the fact that she's still alive, shout out to her.
These family annihilators, they not only don't want witnesses, they don't want anybody left to speak the truth. They don't want anybody who can say, well, he was always a dick. He was always a jerk. He was a murderous, evil person. They only want people who are around who are going to tell sweet stories. Oh, he was a good guy. He was overwhelmed. He just snapped.
Well, that's okay, because his mama's doing it. Typical. Not my baby.
I can't believe it. And you need to realize nobody's going to stand up for you but you. I feel like one person in this article told the truth and everybody else rushed to cover it up. LaShawn Berry, who owns the daycare Valley of Hope Center for Kids and knew the suspect and his family, said Elkin seemed to have no soul. You could see in his eyes, nothing behind the eyes, dead behind the eyes. Berry said, no soul, NPC, non.
Well, that's a Monday morning quarterback. So what difference does that make that somebody that ain't got nothing to do with them have to say with anything? Because you know who saw soul behind them eyes or behind that OPP? Miss Snow and his wife. Miss Snow and his wife. And that's all that matters, because it don't matter what, like, go over to Miss Snow or the wife and say, I don't think you should deal with him because he ain't got no soul. Now how y'all think that was about to go, Bueller? Now how y'all thought that was gonna go? Bueller. Sergeant King says UPS 8 kids and 3 baby moms at 31. Pookie 2. I don't know that he has 3 baby moms yet, but yeah, allegedly the rest is accurate, child. That is too much. I'm confused. I don't care what the lady across the street at the daycare has to say. Not near a bit. I'm just saying, she can say this now all she wants to. They wasn't gonna listen to you, and they saw something. They definitely saw something. All these damn kids, 2 Irish sets of twins, they saw something.
Player character. He didn't have one. I believe this. I don't think it's a case of, hindsight. I think this person always knew what this man was. Women who are not romantically involved with the man.
Of course, the LaShawn Berry, the owner of the daycare, always knew what the man.
Thanks for the tip.
Child, fair use at the end of the day, too, child. Fair fucking use. This is ridiculous damn list. Now it's getting crazy. I might have to move on. Thank you, Boo. He said, to all who don't, please have life insurance on yourself, your kids, and partner. Don't leave your family with debt. Abso-fucking-lutely. Now, did anyone think they might have life insurance? Hopefully they did. Maybe because the lady was working. Maybe they did. But I agree. Have freaking life insurance. So then you don't have to worry about having to GoFundMe or waiting for the lieutenant governor to come. See, these posts don't help either, y'all. Wait for the lieutenant governor and his wife to come and cover off because the colored community, not those people down here, but all these people that say that they care about y'all, ain't coming to do or say anything at all. But anyway.
So he heard, you're going to have to work. And he said, me? I would rather pop up this whole place. I'd rather air this whole place out than go get a job. Other warning signs, social media use. He posted this on Facebook before he did it. Dad, if you could go back in time and have kids with a different woman, but still have the same kids, would you do it? Beware of men who try to make themselves the victims in all circumstances. Because you're the one who's got a bunch of kids with 3 different women, at least, sir. You're the problem.
Oh, she said 3 different women. Who was the 3rd woman? We need details. What did this say before? A friend of a relative of one of the victims who asked for anonymity told KSLA the suspect basically went AWOL. We do not know what triggered him. We don't know what happened, but to do what he did to these kids should have never happened at all, the person said. Every time I seen him, he was nothing but smiles and everything like that. I thought there was no soul. I never dove into the backstory of it to figure out what was going on, but they never ever showed any problems within the household. Yeah, they're assuming that it's this divorce thing, but he had to already have known that the divorce hearing was coming up because it was on that Monday. So he already knew.
Beware of men who have an affinity for firearms. He got weapons charged back in 2019 that he pled guilty to. Beware of military men. He was in the Louisiana Army National Guard.
Oh, now it's beware of military men. So don't, did I say this yesterday? So don't deal with men at all. Don't. So this person's message is just as fucked up as Boyce's message, right? So and Jamie's message. So instead of saying, you know what? We have to look more into who the hell it is that we're dealing with and not have kids and be effing so quickly that we end up pregnant. Then all of a sudden you stuck with somebody for life. You have to be able to look into something beside it's the vibe all the time. That is not a prerequisite for getting into a relationship with someone. Do you think these people know, not them, I don't know about them. Do you think that some of these people, not none of these crazy situations, y'all, I'm talking about regular people. Do you think that these people be knowing each other for a couple of years before they start effing? No. Do you think these people be knowing each other for a couple of years before they decide, oh, I love you? Do you think they be waiting? Let me not say a couple of years. That is pretty long. But do you think that they get to know their family? Bueller. Do you think that they get to know their background? Do you think they talk about where did you grow up? How did you grow up? And have those types of conversations so they can understand who the hell it is that they're dealing with? I know everybody's lying, right? You're not going to lie about all that type of stuff. If you're asking those type of questions, did you meet somebody's family? Did you meet their mom and their daddy? And are they together? Are they not together? And if they're not together, the reason why? What's the relationship with the mama? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it decent? Is it not? What's the relationship with the dad? Do you think that they do all those things before they end up fucking pregnant? before they end up in some dumbass situation that don't make no daggone sense? You think? Do you think they're really getting to know each other before they get into all this? I'm thinking no. Child, I saw your social media, because we can all believe that, right? I saw his social media. I saw his Snapchat. That's what these people be going by. Because that makes sense, right? I just have a feeling. There's not a lot of vetting going on. No, they probably spent more time trying to vet what outfit they're gonna wear to the club than they did getting into a relationship or situationship or whatever the ship is with a daggone person that ends up being crazy. You think they ask in advance, child, you ever been to jail, child? You think they ask those things for what? And then you hear Red Rum, because everybody always forgets about hybristophilia, because we be leering around here. The people that love this type of shit, toss that out the window. That never happens, right? So you like people that do crazy shit. You like people that beat on your ass. You like having a toxic relationship, child. From what I understand, child, what is Lizzie McGuire is out here saying that she didn't like the nice guy? Child, what is her name? Lizzie McGuire, child. You know her name. Hillary Duff. Hillary Duff out here talking about she ain't like the nice guy, her husband, if I'm not mistaken. Girl, what? Who else just said something about their damn husband on this damn internet recently? Too much of the nice guy. Girl, what? So let's forget all that part, ma'am, and not discuss the fact that there's a lot of women who, one, like bums, two, like are suffering from hybristophilia, like losers because they like to feel superior. We gonna act like that's not a thing. I got more than you. I got more, I got more money. I got the house. I got this. So you got to listen to me. You got to do, because if you don't have that, you don't know how to work with someone. Because I don't ever hear nobody talking about working with somebody. I don't never hear that. I don't hear nobody saying nothing about compromise. I don't hear nobody saying nothing about if I do this, you do that. Let's figure out who does what. I don't never hear none of those conversations. It's that dumbass clip or that dumbass short that I put up. That's like the girl that looked like Snoop talking about Bobby got a bag. Girl, don't no white man want you looking like Snoop from The Wire, but she out here talking this shit. These people just be saying shit. Child, most of the time, these people just be saying shit and not be telling the truth and not getting to know the same people that they choose to open up them legs and take all that pleasure from. Then you get digmatized. Then you can't leave because it's so good. And typically, y'all, I'm telling you, they don't want nobody else to have it. Say I'm lying. Maybe it was Jada. I'm not sure. So you know what it's like. And then you find out that he giving it to your neighbor, the other baby mom, allegedly. And you still fighting because you don't want nobody else to have him. Now, probably the only thing he got, and let me get it off of that dude, but probably the only thing that damn man have is that pleasure. Because that have plenty of women all in eyes in the sky. Say I'm lying. And then you don't want to lose. And that's where the competition comes in. And then I'm going to get them no matter what. So then they hang in there. And then you win. And what do you win? You get married, and a year later, it's so wonderful. And then some months later, it's like, now I want a divorce. I said I wasn't going to use them, but I couldn't help it. Let me go to ChatGPT. Because with this, everybody saying that black women do it more and black men do it more, it's just a dumbass conversation. No one wants to get to the root. Nobody wants to resolve the problem. Everybody just want to blame each other. That's why shit ain't going to change. So I asked, provide homicide rates among black men versus black women. It says, here's a clear data-driven breakdown of homicide rates comparing black men versus black women in the U.S., including the most recent reliable national data available. Damn, I'm hungry. And why ain't the damn car place calling? Overall homicide rates, black population. Black Americans overall are 21.3 per 100,000. This is... Thanks for the tip. Oh, this is overall homicide rate. So this is 6 times higher than the rate for white Americans. So congratulations, you get to beat out the white people in homicides. But All we ever hear is, that's just what the white media wants to tell people. Child, they probably gonna say the same thing about this. That's just what they portray. That's just a big city. All right, cool, whatever. Black men versus black women, key comparison, the gender gap across all races, but heavily driven by black male victimization. Men are out of here at a 9.3 per 100,000, and women are out of here at a 2.6 per 100,000. Men are about 3.5 times more likely to be homicide victims. Kind of digs into that femicide type of thing, doesn't it? That is from the Bureau of Justice. Within the black population specifically, while exact male versus female rates for black Americans vary by year, the pattern is extremely consistent. Black men represent a disproportionate share of homicide victims, make up over half of all weapon homicide victims in the U.S., despite being a small share of the population. So we fucking up at every damn turn is what I'm reading to y'all right now. Highest victimization rate of any demographic group. Let me read that again. Black men are the highest victimization rate of any demographic group. Kind of tosses that theory the fuck on up out of here, though. But you know, daggone well, they're not going for it. Because if that's what I say, then that's what it is. So I don't know where Jamie is getting her shit from, because she ain't citing no sources. And this other girl that we just listened to, because she ain't citing no sources. Nobody cites any fucking sources. This comes from Giffords. Now it says black women, much lower than black men, but still significantly higher than women of other races. So congratulations. It's something else that black women get to win in, being dead more than white women. All right. Are y'all happy? Are y'all happy? Example, about 8 to 9 per 100,000 in recent years. And that comes from The Guardian. So the bottom line, simplified comparison, black men 35 to 60 per 100,000, the highest in the US. Black women 8 to 9 per 100,000, high, but far lower than men. Clearly, 35 to 60 compared to 8 to 9, 35 to 60 out of here compared to 8 to 9 per 100,000. But y'all running around here talking about black femicide. Child. But then if something happened to you sassy straights by way of the oppressor, they're going to be right there to talk about, say his name, this is not right, this is racist, then turn around and say this shit about how y'all taking all these women out. And yes, it is about proximity, because regardless of the soft wig, hard life, or whatever the fuck it is, even though y'all want to act like it's a thing, even though you think it's a takeover, this is more of an internet thing, because I don't know one damn person in my whole ass life, this whole 54 fucking years, that has ever said shit about divestment or a soft motherfucking life, okay? So then that means you're just trying to group some things together to make it seem like you're a victim yet again, because you all like to be victims. You're not getting any resolution. But child, if y'all like it, we love it, because that's content for us. Let's get some important context because this part matters. Black men are the most affected group by far. They drive the overall high homicide rate. So when we be looking at the gremlins and we be watching what goes on in Baltimore, Memphis, Chicago, and all the other places, it's usually a bunch of gremlin males dealing with a bunch of gremlin males, right? So they probably don't want to count that. But what is in common with all of those males typically? Who are they being raised by? What did they say when they was out there on the corner the other day? My mama said, my mama said, my mama said. And then the lady in the court, where her son then SHOT the 15-year-old in the head, said, not my baby. Black women are also at elevated risk, but the pattern is different. Much more likely to be deleted by someone they know, often intimate partner. So then that does make sense. So it is someone that you're choosing to have in your life. I'm not saying that you need to choose better, because I'm not saying that people know in advance that people out of their mind. What I am saying is that more women need to get to know the people that they are dealing with first before they start fucking them and getting pregnant. That's what I'm saying. And at the first sign of somebody that's going to be violent, you leave the first time. Is that crazy talk? I guess I'm being a white supremacist talking points, trying to give y'all some fucking clues while y'all out here trying to act like there's something that there isn't. So you said to look it up. This is from the violence policy. Okay? This shit ain't out of somebody's ass. The references are right the fuck here. Now all of a sudden there won't be no use for it. There'd be no chat GPT can't be trusted. Firearms dominate. 86% of Black homicide victims are deleted with weapons, GUNs. Straight talk, if you're trying to understand the reality without spin, the homicide issue in the Black community is overwhelmingly concentrated among men, especially young men. But ignoring Black women would be a mistake. They face high rates relative to other women and different risk factors, meaning domestic and intimate violence. So when the gremlins is out here gremlinizing, it is usually other dudes. Let's not get it twisted, okay? However, it be collateral damage is the problem. And the fact that it's happening in that community. So even if you don't get hit, you're still traumatized because it's happening in your damn community. Remember what I said and what they said. They got all these violence intervention programs, but nothing never seems to change. But y'all want to listen to the rest of them talk about crime is down, crime is down, crime is down. And we done already been saying that that's some bullshit, but everybody said, but because it's not this, then it's true. Because it's not this, then it's true. All right, cool. Then it is what it is. Then crime is down. And that's why we go ahead and continue to say it. Y'all want to be delusional about it? Be delusional about it. But guess who the fuck is getting affected by it the most? I'm pretty sure this has nothing to do with white supremacy, discrimination, or racism, even though I'm sure y'all figure out a way, because we just saw Boise find a way to bring that shit in here and to blame Donald Trump. So continue to listen to these people while nothing changes for you down here, or here, and think that that's what the damn problem is. And make sure that you continue to say that you can go date whoever the fuck it is that you want, because you know what you can. And the results be yours if you're not going to get to know who the hell it is that you're dealing with. Because enough of the time, as we have learned, because we be looking back, and you know, people don't like you to look back at anything, look back at it. They don't want you to look back because the back is going to prove what the hell it is that you knew. And enough of the time, these people knew. Remember that long time ago, y'all, from somebody from the beginning? That girl found a dude that she was walking down the street with. He had a whole ass ankle monitor on, and he was out from a Capital Red Rum. And then, of course, he blasted her up, but she didn't know. Ma'am, he had a whole ass ankle monitor on and you still talk to him? Child, y'all, I told y'all I stopped taking the bus. I used to take the bus to work. I stopped taking the bus because people was getting out of jail and they was on the same bus as me. I said, I know the fuck not. I'll drive. I am a punk bitch. I don't give a shit. I ain't playing with my life for nobody. No. Child, let me give y'all these tickets. Cut that shit off. I'm not going to be getting on the bus where a bunch of people that came from jail are riding said bus and I can see ankle monitors on them. I'll spend the money. I'm going to spend the money. I spend the money. It says that they could break it down further, but for today's lesson, we'll leave it at that. This one with the bottom line comes from the Bureau of Justice. Let me just make sure I cite these sources. Over here it comes from The Guardian, pretty good publication. This one comes from Giffords. This one comes from the Bureau of Justice. Which one is this? Bureau of Justice Statistics. So most of this comes from the Bureau of Justice, Justice Statistics, okay? So people can say whatever they want, but it's about what you can prove. So for all those people that say shit, it ain't like they sources, fuck them all, okay? The sources are here, go look for your damn self. So while I don't agree, again, for the umpteenth time, that people should be taking people on up out of here, there is a problem with women, Black women being taken on up out of here, but the larger problem is the Black men. So this victimization of poor us, woe is us, it's the same bullshit as usual. So if you're not going to go ahead and know who the hell it is that you're sleeping with, then that sounds like that's a you problem. Child, what did HMG, what did you want to hear? I forget what you wanted to hear, because child, I need a break. Is he still here? Let me go ahead and acknowledge the super chat so I wait for him. Shout out to Reaper. I appreciate you. He said a streamer stated women go after bad men so they won't be judged. We judge over here, though. Also, the UK baddie deleted another baddie with a car. I think I saw that. Oh, my God. I think I saw that. Crazy. It's craziness. Thank you, Jay. He said, these are white supremacists talking racist points. I know it is. I know it. Okay, must be tethered. I played in a second. Thank you, boo. Thank you, Wayne. He said, let's not talk about the over 20,000 babies Black females deleted since the inception of Planned Parenthood, the most red rums amongst all females. Maybe I'll put that on the list of things that we need to go ahead and talk about. Because, child, we can continue to pretend what it is. We can pretend to continue, not us, pretend to continue to listen to people that don't serve you. They don't give a shit about you. They ain't interested in you, but continue to give them your time, your money, your energy, and your effort. Y'all go right the fuck ahead. Keep believing this shit that is not true. Is there a lot of shit going on right now? Absolutely. And those people that did those things are the people who are responsible for it. Period. I will never deviate from that. Get your damn kids and parent your damn children. Period. Let's not forget that. And I've been saying that for how long? Thank you, boo. He said, let's also not talk about the millions of children they've deleted after. That's definitely a thing that we've been watching as well. That's definitely something we've been watching as well. We can definitely take a look back at that. Hold on.
Yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? I got into my Uber. What did I see?
You want to keep listening to that man. Child, get the hell up out of my face. That's half damn crazy. But yeah, y'all, it's 3 hours and I am hungry. I wonder why they didn't call me though. Shit, I ain't got all day. Anyway, I'm done. I've done all I can do today, child. I've done all I can do today, okay? Shout out to all of y'all, though. As always, I see you. I appreciate you. Shout out to HMG for being a stream sponsor. Thank you so much, hon. Shout out to everyone that donated today. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Where are we at, actually, now that I said that? 43,075, almost to 43.1. We moving, man. Let's go. Make sure you share the video. Let somebody know. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Shout out to the chat. Again, best chat on YouTube. They are half damn crazy all the daggone time. Y'all make sure you go ahead and this is not a hypeable thing. I don't think the live streams are hypeable. All right. Well, share the daggone stream. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button. I see you all in the next one.